Well, I was gonna say we should start by saying hi to people. We also need to figure out that whatever is going on there. But hello, Mansum. First, welcome. There we go. That's looking a little better. A Majestic Potato, welcome. The Sarsilmaz 762. High quality right there for sure. Never enough ammo. Hello. Megalum. Hello. The Darkest Derp. Hello, welcome. Ruger LCP Max. Well, there are worse things out there. Mansum. Accuracy International L118A2. Definitely the best pull so far. You stick with your LCP custom. You got a custom shop LCP. Why? Why? It's in your pocket now. It better be gold. But today, chat today, is a very special day. Today is 223 day. The wide flat trigger functional sights. And the sights on, I don't have a problem with the sights on the LCP. They're not wonderful, but they are good enough. Lightly rusted. Fix it. Fix it right now. Fix that. Rust is metal cancer. Gotta take care of that early. But today is 223 day. So, actually before stream, I was going through and trying to find out like which of my guns actually say 223 on them. Which is surprisingly little, honestly. Well, probably not surprising, actually. Very few guns actually say 223 on them. So we've got the Brownells BRN 180, 223 wild. The Robinson in 223 wild. And the Contender in 223 Remington. That is literally all the guns I have that actually say 223 on them. The rest are all 5.56. It's the gym gun. It lives in sweat and is effectively disposable. Well, you don't want to speed up the disposal of it by just leaving rust on it. Just wipe it down every now and then. Just wipe it down. I know LCPs are cheap, but you don't just want to throw away like $140. The only 223 you got is the FS 2000. I'll trade. I don't know what I'll trade for it, but I want one of those. I also don't know how much those are going for right now. Probably more than I want to pay. there's a couple on Gunbroker right now. And what are these people smoking? Oh my goodness. $6,000 for an FS2000? It's got $69 shipping though. Sad news. Germany is gone. Germany's gone. Oh, thank goodness. It's only like 4K. It's $6,500. And yeah, it's the green one, but excuse me. Excuse me. And this isn't just like someone's like, I know what I got price. This was bid. This was bid up to that. That's wild. That's insane. Apparently I should have bought one of these like 5 years ago. These are such cool guns. Man, they really took it apart to take pictures of it. 223 Remington. Wait, 223 Remington. On the gun it says 5.56. Hold on. Where was the picture? Right there. 5.56 by 45. You survived your first ATF inspection. Enough that you're neither in prison nor unemployed. So that's neat. Congratulations on being neither in prison nor unemployed. That's very cool.
Just followed.
Takenata Moonpaw. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. How's it going? You saw one in a gun store 13 years ago for $1,200. 13 years ago was basically just a different era. We had the green ones. There's a few various FS2000s on Gunbroker. So wait, this one is green too. This one's only 3,000. And it's got 44 minutes left. Although I guess it doesn't have the box. It doesn't have the original box. Yes, it does. Why is this one $2,500 less? Chat, make it make sense. Make it make sense. They're both green. Also, 44 minutes left. I would never sell guns on Twitch. But we're just here making observations. Is the other unfired? It didn't look unfired. Was it this one? Gen 1 OD green. First Gen 1. Wow, thank you. Stunner LNIB like new inbox. So it's used. It's used. With desirable trigger pack. Okay, I guess. Time and money is wasted on the old. You'll never forgive your dad for refusing to buy FS 2000 with integral optic for 2000 when you were 10 to 12. Yeah, so this one, $6,500. Green with box. This one, $3,000. Literally less than half the price. Still has box. The picture is a little crunchy, but like, they both look like they're in very good condition. Neither of them is new in box. This one they put like new in box. That just means that they can't put new in box. Early versus late gen? Maybe. And I don't know enough about the FS 2000 to know what the difference is between an early and a late one. Apparently the trigger pack. You also got 2 no law letter post samples delivered while they were auditing on site. Nice. Mid Gen 1 are popular SOT guys. And that's the only thing I can think of. Like if you're gonna make it full auto, if it's got the removable trigger pack. I don't know. I don't know. That's probably what it is. Didn't the Gen 1 take full auto AUG trigger packs? I don't know. That is not something I know. But there are a few on here. So this one also very expensive for who knows why. This one just started today. Current bid 1 cent. I'll take it. Take your entire stock. 1 cent a piece. Trailer Park Type 86. Nice. So 3,000 to 3,500 seems to be what they're reasonably going for. And there's just outliers for some reason. You believe that? Your PS90 machine gun is a converted one. Bossman said that later models didn't use the same trigger pack that your rental has. Interesting. I guess they're made by the same company, so if the change happened about the same time for both the guns, it was probably an ATF was like, hey, hold on. This has the potential to be too scary. We can't have that. Is that a Thompson? Yes, this is the Contender right here. Mine is in 223. Although I need a 308 barrel for it. So that I can have the Kiritsugu Emiya loadout with the Calico and the Contender in 308. I mean, too fun. Too fun, too scary. It's the same thing to the ATF. Like the green rifle, gotcha, would be jealous. So this here, this is the Robinson XCR. The XCR-L, specifically. Big fan of this gun. A 39 ballistics, 7.62 NATO. Huh? Well, you mean like out of the short barrel? Out of the short barrel, 308's gonna have 7.62 by 39 ballistics? That's okay. What does the X stand for? What, an XCR? I don't know. Extra? Who knows? Who knows? Not me. Extreme. Extreme combat rifle. It's probably something stupid like that. Well, I just asked Google what XCR stood for, and I don't think this is what I was looking for. XCR, according to Google, stands for X chromosome reactivation. And also extended control register. So this is my X chromosome reactivation rifle right here. I don't know what that means, but it sounds interesting. Is it something bad? I have no idea what X chromosome reactivation is. We can read the Wikipedia article about it. It's exchangeable caliber rifle, if you remember correctly. I guess that makes sense. I guess that makes sense. ECR? Yeah, but ECR doesn't sound cool and edgy. So they have to put the X in there. Okay, for 223 day, we got out the 223 guns. 223 wild and a 223 Remington. And I have been looking for a while for a 308 barrel for this. And there's some companies that make custom ones. But custom things are kind of expensive. But also it's really hard to find parts for a gun that was discontinued like forever ago. Big sad. You think they're bringing back the Contender? Why? I mean, don't get me wrong, I think they're cool. But is there actually a market for them? I would be surprised if there was. And maybe like handgun hunters. Perhaps. Mayhaps. If contenders come back and they're parts compatible, that'd make it easier. I don't know how well that's gonna happen though. I'm not gonna hold my breath on that one. Last stream? A couple streams ago? I don't remember. How old is this video? 8 hours. Okay, it was recently. Recently, someone brought to my attention that Mr. Garand Thumb made a video on the H&R DOE. And so, I mean, we gotta watch the video. Of course. Just don't think about his leaked drama stuff. More PSA propaganda? Yes. Yes, that's what we're watching.
Deep in Heartland, America, our nation's nuclear facilities are protected by an elite force from the Department of Energy. None dare stand up to them and their fearsome SMGs, except a new face of evil. George Droid seeks to obtain all nuclear...
Who? George Droid? This better not be a George Floyd joke. Just let it die. It is. Oh. That's so dumb.
reactors to help supplement his Fent reactors. Can this new evil be stopped?
Yep, it definitely is.
I first conquered the Fent. Now the Department of Energy is mine.
Not today, George Droid.
Oh. Where's the buffer tube rattle? Not clone correct. It's got a suppressor on it. I do like these though.
I need Task Force 69 immediately! Mike, I'm right here, buddy.
What on earth
John,
is going
son
on?
of a bitch. Let's take him down together. John, no!
I'm having a pretty hard time following the plot here.
This vent reactor is too strong. It's impossible. Mike! John, you're alive? Last Narcan. Make it count. Time to come down off that high.
What plot?
Today on Grantham, we review the Harrington...
Are there any examples of actual DOE carbines employing gooseneck mounts? There's examples of the standard 635 with gooseneck mounts. I can't think of any specific DOE models with the gooseneck. Their use was also extremely limited. So now that PSA has started making these, they've probably already like doubled how many have ever been made.
Richardson DOE, the Department of Energy gun. What is the DOE? The DOE is basically a Colt 635 that was modified to defend nuclear reactors. It's a very interesting historical model. We're very excited to do some content on it because you know what? It just got released and it's cool and old guns are a vibe. Today in Grantham, the H&R DOE subgun. But before we get into that, we of course have to thank the biggest sponsor of the channel, who is Primary Arms. If you're looking to get great optics at a great price, well, we can't recommend them enough. And in fact, their HTX 1 optic fits.
Oh, holy mags.
Stock Glock iron sights. We
It's got
love
like
it so
8
much.
mags.
Me and John, we've been shooting it a bunch, haven't we? There you go. See, look at John. I'm cold. John's not made for this weather. Go check them out. Big thank you to them. And of course, Henry Repeating Arms, one of our favorite gun manufacturers. One, they're super cool that they're actually sponsoring this channel. We're pretty controversial. And two, they're made in America or they're not.
Wait. Hold on. Can you have actual gun manufacturers as sponsors on YouTube now? Because this isn't like Optics Planet or Primary Arms, who they like advertise that, oh yeah, they sell other stuff. Okay, interesting.
Not made at all. Go and get yourself a lever gun. There is nothing more American than them, and they have a ton of different models from 4570s all the way down to 44 mag and 9mm revolvers, everything you could possibly want. Go and check them out. If you want to become a better shooter, dry fire. Mantis is going to turn your gun into a dry fire machine.
You thought you just couldn't link to them?
And finally, all ammunition.
Maybe. I thought that you weren't allowed to have like an actual firearms manufacturer as a sponsor. I might be confusing Twitch. I know on Twitch you can't. Even though Twitch's TOS is better for live streaming, because I can actually touch guns. I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to go look into that. Not that it's something that affects me. I don't think there's any gun manufacturers pining to sponsor me. But just as general knowledge.
Is provided for by AAC. Let's get into it. Well, before we get into the autistic talking portion, what do we have to do?
He's already a PSA salesman, so it's fine. But he's sponsored by AAC. It has been for a long time. But that's ammo, not firearms. Just pick up PSA as your sponsor. Shoot an email to Calico. They could be down. Maybe. I don't think so. It'd be surprising. Yeah, so AAC is a subsidiary of PSA. But AAC is the ammo manufacturer, not the gun manufacturer.
Into it. Well, before we get into the autistic talking portion, what do we have to do, John?
Good little range session.
There we have it. So we're gonna start off. We're gonna show the performance of this gun. Was it made for the snow? Probably not, but here we are. So we're gonna start off with the good old build drill. Build drill is going to be 6 rounds at 7 yards we want it under 2 seconds. So we'll go ahead, we'll give this a shot, then John will go. John's fingers are frozen, so they're probably not gonna work. John, you wanna go ahead and hit me with that buzzer?
Yep. You ready? Stand by.
Oh, he's got the cringe rubber butt pad on his stock.
Woohoo! Got it. Okay.
So right here we're using primarily Durmag, as well as the H&R mags. So we do want to thank Gun Mag Warehouse and Durmag for sending their magazines for us to test out, and they've been absolutely flawless. So can't recommend them enough, and they are a great price.
That's a good group. Yeah. John, you're up, buddy. And if John loses, he doesn't know this, but he has to put pronouns in his bio.
No, I'm just gonna eat this barrel instead.
We don't joke about suicide in Grantham. Yeah, we do. Shooter, you understand the course of fire. John's actually not fired this gun before, so how does it feel? Oh, of course he does. Okay, Frank Proctor. Shooter, do you understand the course of fire?
Standard mil spec.
136. Good job, buddy. Clean. All right, looks good. So subguns and 9mm subguns are really interesting. This is a direct blowback weapon. So because of that, the amount of recoil that you're getting is...
The direct blowback weapon with the wrong bolt in it.
It's quite a bit more than what you'd expect. It's pretty comparable to an AR. It's a little bit less. Obviously, 9mm has less blast and concussion. But like compared to an MP5, this jumps and recoils quite a bit more. That's not to say it's uncontrollable, but merely to say that if you're expecting a very light recoiling weapon with a blowback operated 9mm, you're not going to get that. Okay, next up, we're going to go ahead and do a Mozambique. This one's going to be at 3 yards. Mozambique.
My 635 has less recoil than an AR. I mean, it's not going to be like a roller delayed gun, obviously, but it's probably like a good midpoint.
Because it was the guy got shot twice in the chest, one more in the head to make sure he's dead. Happened at an airport, right?
I have no idea, bro.
Pretty sure it was a Browning high powered airport, Africa. I don't know. TIA. All right.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Stand by. 102.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Okay, check that. Okay, we got 2 in the A. Hey, I got it. It was close. That little card's hard to hit. All right, once again.
It looks
John
so cold.
has
It looks so awful to be outside.
Grinder if he loses.
I've already got 4.
What is it? It's like when you go to prank your bro by signing him up for Grinder, but it says email already used.
Already issued.
Remember, we're at 3.
Oh, yep.
Should you inside the course fire? Yep. Stand by.
Oh, he doesn't even have gloves on. It's got to be dying out there.
25.
Does this count?
Oh no.
It's in his nose.
No,
it's in his
looks
nostril.
like he's got to take another email for another Grinder account.
I gave him an NPA with a 9mm. He's dead.
Fair enough. One thing that we also want to show with the Department of Energy gun is going to be maneuverability. One of the reasons they selected this was over penetration near nuclear reactors and nuclear material, which is good. You know, here in Grantham, we're not about federal agencies having a ton of power, but I think.
But if you're talking about penetration, Garantham's a pretty good source.
we can all agree that we want nuclear material to be well guarded and to be buried deep under the Mormons in Utah where it belongs.
Yeah.
The mountain juice. Well, great part about this guy being so short is going to be maneuverability here. So I'll just demonstrate that to start. So if we're starting on buzzer, what's nice is having that really short barrel. 9mm really doesn't need a lot to achieve its full velocity.
Doesn't look that cold.
Very easily
the flakes look too big for
so
that.
Whether this be
if it's cold enough to be snowing, and snowing like that, it's cold and humid. That sounds awful. This sounds miserable.
use in the convoys that they had or use in those confines of a nuclear facility. Fairly easy to run. John, go ahead and hit me. We'll do 2 rounds each.
Shit ready, stand by. 345.
Sick.
Looks like all A's?
Yep.
You were starting on
Do you have the stock fully
Here's
extended?
the first fire.
Yep, stand by.
What are you doing?
Good shooting, Ranger. 308. All right. Now, a lot of people believe that with a subgun or one of these small, short-barreled 9mm, that shooting at distance is
Wait,
impossible.
did he just
Even in this bad weather, you're gonna see how easy
tighten
it
his
is
thread
to build
protector?
9mm. That
his thread protector's coming off?
shooting at distance is impossible. Even in this bad weather, you're gonna see how easy it is to make long shots with a 9mm. All right, we're at 150 yards right now. Maybe a little bit more, maybe closer to 175. We got C-Zone Steel right out there. Let's see how she does. Okay, very doable. Not too bad. All right, John. Bring great honor upon your family. Oh, John wasn't made for the sale. No. Aim right at the head. That's the hold.
That is some blue glass on that
No
dot.
problem. Okay.
It's an old red dot.
We've done a lot of shooting with the DOE gun at this point. It definitely has some problems with the suppressor. It's not great, and there's a lot to talk about. So let's go ahead. Let's sit down in this beautiful snowstorm.
With the
Let's talk
suppressor, it's
about
not great.
How the DOE did. Is it something you should buy? Is it something you shouldn't buy? Or what's option 3, John?
It's super
If
cool.
you bought
I
one
really
of
want it
those,
because it's
you would
cool.
throw in a B&T
Why do we
hydraulic
love Fed
buffer.
guns so much? I don't know.
Since Colton
It's a
did supposedly
juxtaposition.
experiment
Hate
with
the
them
Feds,
on
but
these.
Love their gun.
That'd be interesting. I might have to consider that. Should I ever do that, of course. Then you'd also get rid of the buffer tube rattle.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen like hundreds of pictures of these on the internet, but never seen somebody like in person, like at the range that had one. Because I mean, they're basically unobtainable.
Okay, let's go talk about it. Now, this video is brought to you by TacPack. Now, do you have friends where you're not sure what to get them for their birthday or for a nice little gift? Or maybe you yourself are indecisive. TacPack is a monthly subscription service with great brands.
I'm
that you
indecisive,
know and
but not like
love,
that.
Nine Line Apparel, Reptilia, and many other great ones. Now, TacPack has 2 main tiers. You have Standard and Plus. With your Standard, you're paying $59.95, and you're getting in the box a value between $90 to $150. This is because of the power of group buying. And with TacPack Plus, you're spending $139.95.
I think that's the power of
well into $300. Things
MSRP
like Mission First Tactical Backup
versus
Sites. We
market
have
value.
because guess what? You only have 2 eyes. Of course, to make sure you don't make the fatal mistake of 22 Man, we have a laser rangefinder, and to keep your Gucci pistol Gucci, of course, different types of pistol cases. Point is, TacPack is awesome. We have to give them a big thank you for sponsoring this video. Go and check out TacPack. When you use the code GRAND, you get over $60 extra and free things, bringing the value of these boxes.
if there was a tac pack and they just gave you like a bunch of random like AR-15 pieces, like basically everything except the lower, like, okay, here's your Frankenstein AR, put it together. That might be interesting to me personally. But just like random pistol cases and like hearing protection, I already have all that. I don't need more. It's even the power of new old stock that won't sell. That's probably in there as well for sure. Like PSA does. Yeah, but PSA is not completely random. Like you can see what parts it comes with before you buy it. I'm talking like you pay them like, I don't know, like $200. Like, okay, here's a box of literal random parts for an AR, not the lower. Here you go. Colors don't match, like just literal like Frankenstein nonsense.
Way high. Go and check them out. Back to the content. So we've done a lot of shooting. Let's do a little bit of talking. Now, before we get into it, obviously we have the Harrington and Richardson Department of Energy, SMG. However, that being said, H&R is a subsidiary.
There's a couple
or
AR builders
connected
out there
to
that do that,
Palmetto
actually.
State, which is connected to
That'd be
AAC,
neat.
who we are sponsored by, so there also obviously has to be a full disclosure there. So full disclosure, I have talked to the engineers that had time in this project. I am, I would say, buddies with the guys at H&R. That being said, here in Grantham, we never
Throwing
pull punches,
80% in
whether
jig,
it be
too,
the
just to get
AK-74
the whole
from
thing.
PSA that we absolutely demolished, and they actually made changes due to our review, or otherwise we don't have any problems pulling punches. There was no exchange of money for this. Obviously, we did receive ammunition from AAC, but that is our full disclosure. I don't let any of that affect me because I like to think about it when I was a college student and, you know, was really pinching my pennies to make sure I made a good purchase. I don't want to steer you guys wrong, and that's very, very important to me that I maintain my neutrality in every review that I do. Now, let's go ahead, let's get into this. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the history. Let's talk about all the fun stuff. Now, at this point, we do have about 1,500 rounds on this guy, and we have had a few hiccups. We know what those are caused from, so let's delve into it. So, the DOE gun is a 9mm
tell me the issues.
Colt style 633, which is a blowback operated weapon. Feeds from
It bothers me too much, the dust cover. It's supposed to have the cut dust cover, not this nicely beveled one.
The Colt SMG mags.
I don't know why
which,
that
for all
specifically
intents and
bothers me so
purposes,
much.
are
It just
simply
does.
modified Uzi magazines. Has a 7-inch barrel, and very interestingly, we have 5/8 by 24 threads, which is not the most common thread.
This is
pitch
unbiased
for
review.
9mm.
Also, I'm friends with and
Let's get into it. So
sponsored
we're
by
gonna
the
go tip to butt,
manufacturer.
just like our Navy guys love. So start with the.
I mean, you can still give a good review on a product that you have relation to. You have to be more careful. But I don't know, Grantham does at least point out problems with things. There's a lot of other gun reviewers out there who are like, I got this gun for free. It's literally the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. Of course, we had no issues. There's nothing to be desired. So, does he have bias? Probably. But at least he's not just like an obvious sellout advertiser of the gun, like some other YouTubers.
The thread pitch right here. When I talked to PSA about this, the reason is that the engineers were happier with the strength that the 5/8 threads gave compared to the more typical 1/2 by 28.
Has anyone ever had a problem with the strength of a 1/2 by 28 thread? I've never heard of people having an issue with the strength of the thread pitch. It's not saying it's not possible, but that sounds like a load of nonsense.
I really can't fault that. There are tons of adapters out there. Might be kind of a pain the first time when you have to screw a different hub into your 9mm can, but that is very doable. Now, in our case, we did use the Omega 9K can during some of our filming and initial shooting, and we did have some issues there. So I talked to a lot of different people out there from different IG channels like Gun Quality and all those types of guys about how they were able to make their DOE guns function with a suppressor. So due to the blowback nature,
It's not supposed to have a suppressor. Isn't 1/2 by 28 standard on 9mm? It is. 1/2 by 28 is the standard 9mm in the West. There's also the, what is it, like the 13.1 or something thread pattern you'll get on like HKs and stuff. But 1/2 by 28 is the American standard. and I know it's not true, but in your heart, you believe you could walk up and twang that sight mount like it's a plastic ruler off a table edge? Hopefully you could. Hopefully it's spring loaded. Make it much more effective of a fidget toy.
Of the DOE gun, it's not as forgiving as like a DI system, a piston system. Throwing a suppressor on there is going to cause some issues because a blowback system is simply counting on the weight in the buffer and the weight of the bolt carrier group to ensure that the weapon is operating reliably. When you increase the back pressure, you're increasing the speed of everything and you're possibly causing some mistiming issues. So in the case of our Omega 9K, the overpressure was just a little bit too much and the gun was having issues. In this case, it's a fairly easy fix. My buddies who have been using cans on this have used the KAK Industries 8-ounce buffers, and those have done really, really well. Or if you have like a flow-through can, you won't have to add as much weight to the buffer. But understand this isn't like a plug-and-play system like you usually have. Now,
couldn't you also just increase the weight of the bolt? Because the bolt that's in it is lighter weight than the one it's supposed to have. Just throwing that out there.
That being said, without the can on there, this gun is absolutely fine. And again, these DOE guns originally were made to be used without a suppressor because they actually did not have threaded barrels originally because, you know, in the late 80s when these were made, suppressors weren't nearly as common as they are nowadays. Which brings us to our first history lesson. How was this made? Well, you know, Colt's an interesting one. When people were like, hey, we'd like a short AR-15 or a short M16 in 9mm, Colt would be like, cool, go buy the Commando, which is a 5.56 rifle, and 5.56 does perform really well out of the 11.5 or 10.5 inch barrels. However, depending on the application, many customers were asking for a 9mm capable weapon. Most notably, the Department of Energy, just due to the fact that they're working around nuclear material, they would not like that to over-penetrate and cause any issues, which is
it would have cost $2 more to make. And buffer swap cheaper than bolt swap? I mean, once you already pay for all of it, like you don't want to pay for 2 bolts. But if they just had the right bolt to start with. He's obviously not concerned with the clone correctness at all. Yeah, definitely not. Because it's decent. It's decent. If we're honest, it's a decent clone. But it's not a super guntism tickling good clone. Like if you want more clone correct, you gotta order some parts, swap some stuff out.
35 and later
But
633.
it's good enough.
We have right.
Good enough for most people, which is kind of PSA's thing.
Here, obviously, this one was slightly modified compared to your typical 635 that you saw, but we have what we have. Now, there are many questions about why this was adopted compared to, say, a close competitor, which was the MP5K. Now, this was obviously a little bit modified from your typical MP5K, but for all intents and purposes, the guts are the same. The recoil pattern is the same. And again, at the time, H&K was making huge inroads on the MP5 in terms of its reliability, how well it was working. It was well established as a 9mm subgun. Now, we don't know exactly.
You're gonna hate it. That looks better than the original with a suppressor. It doesn't matter if it looks better, besides just being a subjective observation. It's not the same thing. If you want a suppressed version, then don't get the DOE one, get the DEA one. Because there were suppressed versions of the 9mm Colt. This just wasn't it.
Why the Department of Energy chose the DOE, the Colt 9mm subgun over the MP5, although we could probably surmise that it had something to do with the fact that, well, one was made in America and one was made in Germany. So the home team took it home, and we have the DOE gun right here. Now, one thing I do want to do before we go any further in, let's go ahead, let's check to see the recoil difference between the two, because again, the MP5K is a roller delayed system compared to the blowback design. You'll see there is a fairly big difference in terms of the recoil impulse.
You're digging the weird front sight.
We have our MP5K.
I do like the weird front sight.
So the MP5K, very pleasant to shoot. Now let's try it versus the DOE. DOE being a blowback operated weapon. Now, I do want to be clear. Some people will say that with the blowback designs that it's like significantly more. It's not as much of a difference between the two.
A little bit more.
Certainly, the MP5K is a more sophisticated roller delayed design, and because of that, it does feel softer, but it's not as big as you'd think. Now, another reason that they like to adopt it is the fact that,
as a nuke fed and not a narc fed.
Commonality in manual of arms made this a lot easier to use. Now, going back to there, we get into some very interesting design choices on the 633/DOE SMG. And I also do want to point out, I typically don't wear sunglasses, but my God, is it bright outside today. And without sunglasses, I am actually getting sun blindness. So don't be, afraid because I have sunglasses on right now. Now, going back to there, we do have a sight that it folds.
He's sponsored by the sunglasses company. There's no reason he would bring attention to the sunglasses if he wasn't paid to wear those sunglasses. Literally, not a single person was like, oh no, he's wearing sunglasses. He was paid to wear these sunglasses and mention the sunglasses.
Now, that's interesting. It's not any type of button or anything. It's just detent operated. So with the folding sight, we're not really sure why specifically. Many theories as far as like snag or something like that. Honestly, we just don't know. At the front here, we have this huge metal heat shield. Now, this was made to ensure that when you're gripping this guy, that you're not going to let your hand slide forward and possibly in front of the muzzle. Especially because
the child support money.
Muzzle out past this. Now, back from here,
yeah,
we do have the handguard.
He's losing quite a bit of money to that now, isn't he?
Which is already a weapon that had been designed by Colt.
Got to protect. I know you have to protect yourself from snow blindness. But there's absolutely no reason to call attention to the fact that you're wearing sunglasses. Like literally none of you were like, oh no, he's wearing sunglasses. Could something be wrong? Like it's entirely unnecessary to talk about the sunglasses. He got paid to wear the sunglasses and talk about the sunglasses. The Real Rose, welcome. AG42. I'm not going to try to pronounce that because I will butcher it. You haven't watched many Garantham videos, so you wouldn't notice. That's the thing. It's not just Garantham. I don't remember what it's called. There's basically a sponsor agency that Garantham works under that gets sponsors for things like sunglasses. And so like Garantham, admin, I believe, is under there as well. Some others. So like they'll be paid to like wear certain clothes, use certain gear, and just like subtly call attention to it, just so that people are like, have that thing in the back of their mind. It's subliminal advertising. Leviathan Group, that's the one. That is it. That's the one. Yeah, so Leviathan Group does stuff like that. So whenever a gun tuber calls attention to something completely benign, you're like, oh, yeah, They were paid to have that on their video. Product placement. Yeah. It's like in Marvel movies when they've got this shot of like Iron Man pulling up in the Audi and it like pans away from the Audi logo. It's like that.
Now, why did they use the port firing weapon handguards? Well, we can only surmise, but the best.
I stopped watching GunTube years ago. You started noticing all the marketing BS. So now you only watch smaller channels. I don't have anything wrong. I don't have any like innate issues with the marketing, with the sponsors. But I'm going to call it out. I'm going to call it out. Gonna cope your PNG rigging and glitching. Well, hopefully you get it fixed, finished out.
Best guess would be they had a lot of port firing handguards and it made the most financial sense. And it does give it a very cool look. And in fact, these handguards do work really well. They have a great heat shield to them. And H&R has done a wonderful job reproducing these and reproducing every part that we have here. Moving back there, we have our standard Delta ring as far as switching things out. Now, on my particular version, I do have a Trijicon reflex sight. Why? Well, because it looks super cool on this. Did they actually run these?
You said hi? I know you said hi. I said hi first. What do you mean? What? You can't gaslight me like that. You do if it's a review and you want to know any issues with the gun or accessory we'll have. So I mean, yeah, so what I was specifically talking about was like the peripherals, like him calling attention to the sunglasses. Doesn't have anything to do with the review of the gun. It's just purely getting a little money, right? It doesn't have anything to do with the gun review. Now, if someone's taken a bunch of money from the gun company to do a masturbatory review of the gun, Collier Noir, I have an issue with that. But that is a different thing in my head.
There's some speculation that different types of optics were used, but again, this is somewhat of a unknown. Now, moving back from there, we do have your typical A1 style upper receiver right here. Now, what's really interesting is we do have a A1 style rear aperture sight, and this is actually specifically graduating for 9mm, so it's not simply an A1 sight that they slapped in there. Rather, they did do some engineering to make sure that it was going to work well. Now, moving down to the lower is interesting. It is a SMG specific lower, and H&R did a wonderful job getting this made. So you can see this will only accept 9mm Colt SMG mags / Uzi mags. Big thank you to the Israelis, or not. So we do have that. Now, as far as the trigger is concerned, most of your typical AR-15 triggers will work. There has been some talk about different hammer designs working better or worse. In our case, we have a Geissele SSF in there, because we were throwing a Dias in there at various points to test out certain capabilities.
It comes with a mil-spec trigger. Just it's a mil-spec gun. That's fine.
But understand that your mileage may vary a little bit. Now, we did have those initial issues with the suppressor functionality and a little bit of a break-in on this guy. It certainly wasn't perfect right off the bat. About the first 500s when we encountered the most amount of malfunctions. A lot of that we could attribute to the Dias, and a lot of it we could contribute to the suppressor. So all in all, this weapon did perform very well. And after we got past
that trigger guard clone correct?
Smooth as butter. The nice thing about a blowback operated weapon is that it is incredibly reliable. Just a little bit Neanderthal in its approach to functionality
His finger
of the weapon.
Is covering
now,
it.
as you can see, this
Just
is a
the flat
standard
one?
lower. Otherwise, we have a magazine release.
I think the flat one is correct. We can check. But I'm pretty sure the flat trigger should be correct. Flat trigger guard. I think probably the original ones had the flat trigger guard that could fold for like gloves, for a winter trigger kind of thing. Yeah, the trigger guard is correct. Looks alright. This is not the DOE version, but they use the same lowers. If you were shooting an AR in those conditions, you would 100% flip it down. I mean, this one isn't the flip down one. I'm saying that it is probably supposed to be. I guess this one isn't the flip down one. This one may or may not be.
Least on the right hand side, we have a bolt hold open on the left side. Originally, these were conceptualized as using ambidextrous controls on the prototypes. That didn't end up being the case, and we have our standard design right here. Now, right here, we do have a nice little cute dust cover. They're a little bit shortened compared to the normal.
It's the wrong dust cover. It's the wrong dust cover. It's supposed to be a chopped dust cover, not a nicely beveled one.
They're not cut specifically where it's just like an AR-51 that's cut down the center.
Okay, well, not cut down the center, but hey, he is acknowledging that it's not the cut one.
Is made specifically for this, and obviously we do have a slab side upper receiver. That means we do not have any type of forward assist. By people who hate the forward assist, rejoice, not really needed in a blowback operated weapon, so that makes sense. Now you can see this huge brass deflector.
Forward assist isn't needed in a not just direct blowback either. You can ask Eugene Stoner about it.
Right here, and the question is why? Why is it so big? Well, it was actually because of the blowback operated design and nature of the gun. You don't have a whole lot of places for gas to go once that weapon cycles except for back. So by having a larger brass deflector back there, it allows less of that gas to come back to your face. And this is a gassy weapon. I did have like nice little black smudges on my face from shooting it for the last couple days. So that is a welcome addition. I know my left-handed camera guy was happy about that. And this
shooting a suppressed is going to make that worse as well.
There's been a question like, what's the durability of it like? Well, I can say that on ours, we'll do a close-up right here. It is fairly worn right there. The brass is definitely chewing into it, and this is a part that you'll likely have to replace. That is the nature of the DOE gun. This is the way they were made. Now, moving back to the
PSA does sell replacements of that piece. So, it's not wonderful in that it is a replaceable part, but that is clone correct. If you want one that's not this thing, CMMG makes one that lasts longer. Stoner did not know best on everything. Fair enough. But also he didn't like the forward assist.
There we have our standard charging handle, we have our standard grip. Obviously on our gun we have changed the safety out for certain features, but let's try the trigger out right here. Now, typical triggers, it's your standard AR-15 trigger. We have a little nicer one in this one. So we have a nice little 2-stage trigger.
He's just
that let off.
He's just pulling the Geisley trigger. That's not the trigger that it comes with.
Off from the Geisley, we have about a 3-pound pull. From the reset, beautiful trigger.
A horrible OG buffer design comes to mind.
Takedown for this guy, and then moving back to the butt stock. Now, the DOE gun does ship with a
the original buffer tube.
Depending on
left some to be desired.
Like the laws of the ATF, the laws of land, you're gonna switch that out to whatever you want. We have an older style metal Car 15 sock with the butt pad added and zip tied on for that really old school look with the Blue Force Gear sling. Overall, when I was first getting my hands on this gun, I was not super excited to try it out. I was like, oh cool, like the
buffer,
cool
not the buffer tube. Yes.
But it's grown on me.
Yes.
It's small, it's compact. It
Did
looks
I say buffer
really cool.
tube?
And
I did not intend to.
You know what? It really just ended up being a really, really fun gun to shoot. I understand that 5.56 is a better round. That being said, there's something about a pistol caliber carbine, about a submachine gun that I just absolutely love. One other great
9mm is also cheaper. Just gonna throw that one out there. Way cheaper to shoot 9mm.
Thing that we do have to note is with the magazines, Uzi mag / the Colt SMG mags, in a 5.56 pouch, you can fit 2 of them. So certain companies have taken advantage of this, like Mimic Firearms with their kind of double-sided. If you don't have that, then it is cool that you get to stuff in 2 mags so you can carry a ton of ammunition on you for that 9mm goodness. Are you bullet hosing people to the ground? Possibly.
I've never used one of these. Stuffed with 9mm mags. But once you pull out one of these 9mm mags, I feel like it's going to be super easy to lose that second one. Could be wrong. But once you remove that first magazine, you lose some tension holding it in. 9mm is the same weight as 223, is it? That doesn't seem right because the size is so much different, but I guess the bullet's quite a bit larger, and that's where a lot of the weight is, so maybe.
Possibly, but you know, you have enough ammo. You can carry enough ammo for it. Guys, that brings us to the end of the DOE gun. Now, a lot of people are going to ask me, duty rated gun? Yes, no. I would say no for this guy. Just due to the initial kind of break-in procedure that we have, we're still having some occasional failures to eject and stuff. I know other people have been very lucky on theirs, but if there's going to be any company that I'm going to be extremely critical on, it's going to be H&R and PSA. Sorry, guys. It's just not something I would specifically choose as a end-of-the-world gun. There are
There's nobody buying this gun. There might be one person buying this gun because they're like, yep, this is going to be my go-to SHTF rifle. People are buying this because, that's neat. Heavier loadout if you're running Colt mags? Yeah. I mean, if nothing else, just because Colt mags are kind of heavy. A Colt mag, just the mag by itself, is going to be heavier than an AR mag. That's before you stuff it with ammo.
other guns from H&R that I would absolutely choose for that application, just not specifically the DOE. I think that comes down to more than just my review. I think it comes down to time. For a gun to be truly ready for that war type situation, it does need to have a lot of time on it and a lot of experience in the field to prove and vet that particular system. The DOE gun, obviously from Colt, the 633, is a very well-known, very well-proven design. I suspect that H&R has done an extremely good job, and this will be much the same. A very well-vetted and proven weapon that could serve itself in a bad situation. Just as of now, I would give it more time to mature and to make sure that everything is up to spec. Now, everything that we've seen has been great. The bolt is wearing in perfectly. There's no anything weird going on with the wear patterns on the bolt or anything that we've encountered. We need hundreds of thousands of rounds on different models before we can say for a fact. But if you got the extra money, 100% the DOE gun is super awesome. So get out there, try it out. Here's the thing, guys. If you do
this
have
is a
this
gun
Rand
you
the
buy
World
because
gun,
it's
you're
super
worried,
cool.
Don't be worried. Train. Get training.
Not
Training is
because
what
you're looking
matters,
for a
guys.
battle
we
gun.
Appreciate you so much. Tons of great things coming. Final thing for you guys, dad advice. Make sure that you're enjoying nature because it is.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't take dad advice seriously from Garantham. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Fairly pretty out here, so make sure you get out there, enjoy the fresh air. Thank you guys. We got nothing else for you.
Still doing a dad advice bit. Yeah. Yeah, he is. Well, the 635. DOE. On the DOE huge fan. I'm gonna be honest though, I've been looking into the DEA model though, and it's been growing on me. And I might have a project. The DEA version is so neat. He might be an alright dad, just a horrible husband. I think those two are pretty closely related, actually. Garantham's new dad advice: don't miss the child support check, or the state can take your license. That sounds about right. Garantham's personal life, absolute mess. His content, he does make some pretty decent content. Not gonna take that away from him just because he's a horrible person in his personal life. Miss enough child support and become a prohibited person. Yeah, I guess it is a crime to not pay child support, so checks out. In terms of YouTubers, he's better than most. Well, yeah. Yeah, a little bit. You are also kind of just comparing to the worst of the worst. I mean, I feel like GunTubers in general are a bit better than general YouTubers. Like if you compare them to like Demolition Ranch, Kentucky Ballistics, like just genuinely like good guys. And now if you compare him to like Minecraft YouTubers, like yeah, he's fantastic. Like at least all the women are legal. But 6mm arc would go hard. Don't they make a 6mm arc XCR? I thought they did. They do? Thought they did. Oh, hey. Anybody want $100 off Robinson? Not sponsored. It's just popped up. Apparently, if you give them your email, you can get $100 off. And it comes from the general culture that most people come from before YouTuber? Probably. Still trying to figure out how the video intro tied into with any of the rest of it. It didn't. It didn't. It was just a little skit at the beginning. It was a stupid skit, but it was just a skit at the beginning. And so the Robinson calibers available. You've got 5.56, 300 blackout, 7.62 by 39, 6.8 special, 6.5 Grendel, 5.45, 2.24 Valkyrie, 6mm arc, 22 arc, and 338 arc. The XCR-L. XCR-M, you've got 308, 6.5, 6.5 Creedmoor, I should specify. 243, 260, and 8.6 blackout. And yeah, it was just an edgy skit. That's all it was. And I don't have anything against like intro skits for a video. Like they can be a good, like, fun hook intro to a video. But there's some that are much better or worse than others. So I think that one was not one of the better ones. Intro to Demo's new video was amazing. I haven't watched a Demolition Ranch video in a long time. Is he still doing the same, like... No, it doesn't look like it. I was gonna say, is he doing the same, like... And how much will it take to stop this? How much of this will it take to stop bullets? Not amazing, but it was good. The 1 day ago. Fire ammo outside of a gun. He's done soon. And Demo Ranch is retiring. Good for him, honestly. Good for him. Focus on your family. Alright, so here's the Demo Ranch skit.
Hold on, I'm getting a call.
To compare it to the Garantham one.
Hey. Since I'm shutting it down, I have to get rid of everything? Like everything? Everything. Okay. Everything. What the... Matt, what... Go home, buddy. I was born in Michigan! Mikey, smell the bottom of this box. It's crazy. What's it smell like? Real weird. Good luck, buddy. Come here, I have a surprise for you.
Okay.
You have to cover your eyes.
Like that?
Yeah, come on.
Okay.
You like puppies, right?
I love puppies.
I have a whole crate of puppies for you.
A crate of them?
Yes.
How many's in a crate?
You'll find out. All right, the crate's right in front of you. Go ahead and get in there. Oh. Be careful. Get in. All right. Okay. You're gonna love them. Okay. Go ahead and squat down so you can pet them. Get a little lower. You'll feel them. The thing about them is they're not puppies. They're rats.
What? Cats?
Not cats.
Based? To the kitchen. The prettiest girl in the office.
Welcome to Demolition Ranch. Don't forget, there's only a few days left for you to enter to win my F350. This is a 2021 F350 4x4 dually.
You have to see Mikey take over.
$5 you spend on Demolition Ranch merch, linked in the description below, you get an extra.
I mean, they're probably not just gonna let it
only a few days left, and I decided
completely die and retire.
So I teamed up with Steelhead Outdoors, and I decided let's sweeten the pot. So I teamed up with Steelhead Outdoors. We made a custom Demolition Ranch gun locker, ammo locker. This thing is freaking awesome. It's called their Scout 25. It is going with the truck. So grand prize, you win the truck and a brand new gun locker. Or if you just want to buy one of these, they're also linked in the description below. Let's get to the video. This is something I've wanted to test for a long time. So for those who don't know, this is a cartridge, it's 9mm. You can see the bullet in the end, and it has this case right here.
That looks like
the cartridge
an old
goes
9mm.
into, this is a barrel out of a 9mm pistol. The cartridge goes in there, and this, the part that the cartridge is in, is called the chamber, and then that is your barrel. So the explosion happens right there in the chamber. The chamber holds your forces in right there. You have something against the back of the cartridge here, so all of the energy that is released during that explosion with that bullet going off is going in one single direction.
You can see him occasionally uploading him and the boys, messing around the range.
Fast, all your energy pointed in a single direction. But
I mean, so obviously Matt retiring. I still think he's gonna show up on like cameos here and there, right? Because he still has a lot of YouTuber friends, so he's gonna show up in videos here and there for a while at least, probably.
Up outside the chamber, it goes everywhere. And so we're gonna test today how much speed is actually still coming out of these bullets when they're blown up out of a chamber. So first, let's just get our speed with a 9mm firing the way it's supposed to be fired, so we have our control group. 9mm Mechanic SFX Rival S. So this is a 9 in a barrel. Let's see how fast she goes. 1,065 feet per second. Now let's blow up a 9mm Atwo barrel. We tried the hammer method of setting them off outside the chamber. It did not go good. There was so much blood. So we're doing just the BB gun method. We're just tape
Brandon, Cody, Fat Electrician probably.
Round on the end of the BB gun, which is sandwiched between these sandbags, and will also be behind our bulletproof wall. I think it's safe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I'm gonna stand right here. Is that cool?
Taping the round to the end of a BB gun is actually pretty smart. That's a pretty smart way to do that. I would not have thought of that.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, it worked!
Woo! That was loud.
We don't have a read.
Oh, it didn't read?
No, it did not read.
It did not break the front of, I was worried it would push in the front of our BB gun. It did not, so we can fire again, I think.
Dude, that's pretty sweet.
But do you think it was just so slow that it didn't read?
From my understanding, the Garmin needs for it to be going in a linear direction.
Yeah.
It, depending on where it went, it just might not have been going the direction it needed to go.
So basically what's happening is an explosion. The bullet's way heavier than the case, and so it may throw the case further than it actually throws the bullet.
Let's see if we can see anything on the slow-mo.
Also, big thanks to Sean and his son. They actually came out to our range and gave us that gold BB gun. So you guys are awesome. Hopefully
is
don't
Sean?
destroy it too bad
Wait.
today.
Hi guys.
I'm missing out on some demo
looks
lore.
Like it just busts in a bunch of pieces.
It is going forward.
That's the bullet?
That's the bullet.
Okay, yeah.
So look, because look, the casing goes
goes
straight down.
Yeah. Several directions.
Yeah.
Though. Let's try a couple more, and then we can get some gel blocks and see what happens. Yeah. It's come from. Let me see that.
Mythbusters did decades earlier. The case goes faster.
That one's on my desk.
Oh,
Wait,
that's the dud.
the case goes faster than the case?
That's a real flap round?
Case goes faster than the bullet?
It's just in this box.
This is a Winchester.
Oh, there's not.
What?
This is a box full of slap rounds?
Dude.
This seems fake and planned, but
These are Winchester Cartridge Company marked slap rounds.
hold on. All these rounds are weird. That's a 7.54R, like armor penetrating incendiary. That's a 300 Win Mag armor piercing.
Yeah, that is.
But then there's some random like weird shotgun shells that aren't anything.
I don't know, maybe.
We have a fire going.
You know, the last video he does
later.
to be
We might do some out of chamber stuff over there.
will our safety wall
9mm.
stop mod deuce.
You worked every time. I'm like, I hope my hand's still there.
The chrono's still
I mean, I think he's still gonna like keep this range, right? Like, he's not gonna go out and destroy it. He's probably gonna use it just like go shoot for fun himself. Let his kids use it.
Dang it.
We can do what we did for the Nerf bullets. It's set to pistol still.
Oh.
So
Set it to
set the threshold
something slower.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Let's try that.
Cool. Oh, hey, guy, you have a lot of stuff. Right in the right arm.
Oh, look at it though.
Oh, the bullet's flipping around. Cool. Boom.
Bounce and then came right up.
So yeah, it's going as hard as we could throw it.
Mikey, stand in front of it now.
Yeah, you'll be fine. It literally is going just as hard as you
over.
can throw a bullet. Not even a mark. It hit him somewhere around here.
Crazy.
No mark. Okay, we have bigger calibers. If a 9mm messed up the end of our BB gun, imagine what a 44 Magnum's gonna do. Well, you don't have to imagine, we're gonna do it. 44 mag going at our teddy bear without a chamber.
So
What happened?
Something heavily bounced back. I could see it on the slow-mo.
did the
Didn't destroy
primer come
anything.
out? It knocked out the primer.
And that doesn't have any holes in it. And there's our round. It only popped the
that's why.
primer and not the actual round. Okay.
Weird.
Same thing, 44 mag. Not sure why just the primer went off on that one and not the whole round. But we'll try it again. Firing! Same. Weird. So they do have different primers, but it still seems like if the primer's going off that the whole round would go off. We also found these bullets, so who knows how old they are, where they're from. Yep, looks the same. Boom! The slow-mo of that one reminded me of the Wish.com pictures of whole cartridges flying at Bulletproof Vest. And next up, green tip.
Giving up.
5.56.
Giving up on 44.
Obviously, nothing can stop a green tip because everyone knows green tips can penetrate everything.
Even your mom.
What?
What?
Whose mom? The bear's mom, or like the viewer's mom, or who? My mom?
All of them.
Okay, safety off. 5.56.
Good-
Green
a good-
tip.
Your
Fireball.
mom joke. Very good.
That sounded weird.
You're just gonna knock the primer out of all of them.
No, that's just tape. I thought that was the barrel splayed open. It went.
See a little
Is that a
thingy.
hole? Yeah.
That's a sump. Oh no, it's not. That's the primer sticking on it, and a lot of
yeah.
gunpowder.
Primer, gunpowder. All right. Oh look, there's our bullet. Didn't go very far. We gotta go bigger.
Show me the slow
They're
mo.
all basically doing nothing. So that just threw a bunch of unburned
It just
powder,
flung powder everywhere.
which is why it was quieter than a normal AR-15 round, because it probably only burned 10% of the powder. It threw that bullet out very slowly. So we found that with the shotgun rounds. When I used to do custom homemade shotgun rounds, the really light loads, it wouldn't burn all the powder, so it was always quiet and had no energy. So that's what's happening here. Huh. But also not a big enough explosion to even like break that case open. Also probably why I picked it up, and I bet that was it, and it was just cold.
What was that?
Run. That was the dump truck. The problem was 5.56. Sure, it has penetrating power, but it doesn't have knockdown
Is there a
power,
fire
which the 7.62 by
in
39
the-
does. The AK-47 round, obviously, tons
There's a fire in this thing back here.
of knockdown power. Let's fire it. 7.62 by 39. That sounded like just a primer going off. ¿Dónde estás? Oh, I see it. Ah! Yep. Just fired the primer. Weird. That's surprising to me. I wonder if it's because normally when the
How
primer's
observant.
fired,
Thank you. Thank you.
there's something holding it in there, and so all the fire has to go this way. But since we don't have anything, it just fires the primer out backwards, and none of the fire goes into the round. All right, big boy, 308. These
Am I
things
supposed to hit it by cooking
are
them?
the ultimate caliber, biggest caliber in the world. 308. Let's see what happens.
Well, you would definitely get explosion.
Darn it!
Light strike.
Yep.
There's at least two. Let's see if it
Oh, wait,
fires.
was that
Is that a primer?
That's primer, dude.
Oh, so probably
Bits of
the
primer.
7.62 by 39 primer shot back in there, and so nothing's hitting it. Oh, yep, the BB just fell out. Okay,
Okay,
should
so
be clear now.
Shoot it. Yeah.
Yep. Woo, back in business.
They had a squib.
308. I think we have a clear barrel. Let's see what happens. Firing! Forgot my ears. Firing! Oh, yes! Jeez.
Hey, that was the biggest bang they got so far.
I didn't
I saw
put.
something hit the wall above you.
Dude. No, okay. I thought that was the case.
No, it was something
wasn't the
small. It's just throwing powder all over him. And here's our 308, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Tiny little dent on the primer, but it set it off.
Oh, there's the round.
Where?
I see the
That
bullet.
one I think had the most energy so
There it
far.
is. Crazy. Not messed up at all, because that was a very gentle flight.
I'm telling you, Mikey, stand in front of it.
Okay.
I mean,
Can I, Matt?
yeah, it'd be awesome. Like, Mikey got shot, you know?
Yeah, title thumbnail. Easy.
Title thumbnail, like, I shot Mikey. And
Okay,
if you
you're joking.
actually get hurt, that's even better for the title thumbnail.
Mikey sued Matt.
Win-win.
He's joking, but I would so do it.
BB shotgun. 12 gauge, bird shot, I think. I think bird shot. Yeah, number 5 shot. I think it's high brass too. Yeah, it's one of these, kind of a mid brass. But, oh, this is double aught buck. Well, I think that one is number 5 shot. Firing!
I like the confidence.
There we go, 12 gauge. What was that?
It like rained.
That was cool. Yeah, I think it just bounced all of them back at us.
Look, they're all over it. They're sticking to it right there.
Oh yeah.
That's funny.
That is pretty funny.
They're just like dripping off.
They're just dripping off. It's very sticky. Where is the shell?
Why is it sticky?
To the slow-mo.
Good thing we have slow-mo. Found the shell. So it did bust it open. Primer's gone. That whole wad full of shot flew out together, hit the bear, and then flipped over sideways, and that's what dumped all the shot everywhere. But still no damage to our squishy bear. So we'll try buckshot. Whenever I'm shooting at bear, I always use buckshot. 12 gauge, double aught,
I doubt
buckshot.
anything is going to do very much damage to this thing.
Ha. So the buckshot pellets, they're always separated from each other with a bunch of like little powdery stuff. That's all that. So it's stuck all on him, but nothing's still going in him. He's just covered in unburned powder, and then that like.
He needs a shower. It's covered in sand and gunpowder.
Probably our birdshot wad from earlier. We could not find the shell. I'm not sure where that one went. We're gonna do a 12 gauge slug now, which is gonna do the same thing, basically nothing. And then we'll move it up to something very big.
The end of that BB rifle is looking.
See if that does anything. 12 gauge.
A little rough. Someone presented this to him and he's just like messing it up.
1 ounce slug.
To the face.
Dang it.
Oh yeah. Darn it.
We broke it. Look at this. It still looks like it's firing, but it's not compressing any air. That actually seems.
That's actually broken.
But we have a pellet gun. And y'all's BB gun will get to hang on the wall. That's an honor.
What?
Okay, new gun, extra power.
Probably blocked the air intake.
Yes.
That'd make sense.
Nothing. This thing looks like it is breaking. It's starting to banana, but I think we're fine. It's gonna work. There it is.
The gold Red Rider held up.
Yeah. All right. Split it open. Primer's out. Nothing exciting. Huh?
What?
Really? Where were the? I wish we could find the slug. Oh, I should wish for something better. There it is. Looks exactly as it did when it was in that thing. Boom. Okay. 50 BMG time. You heard it right, folks. We're going the big boy. Michelangelo is taping a 50 BMG.
I feel like there's a lot of in between you can do.
It's real dangerous.
Between 12 gauge and 50 BMG.
Mm-hmm. Just goes to show you can't judge it by cover.
True. All right, 50 BMG. Fire in.
Wait.
What?
I gotta put my ears on.
Oh, okay. 50 BMG. Against the bear. The bear. That was just a primer. How do we make more than the primer go off?
Did it bounce off the table? What was the noise?
It's underneath the chair.
Oh, and
Oh,
it
okay.
still
Poked him.
broke the end of our barrel.
Oh yeah, the whole thing. Okay.
Of course
Yeah.
it broke the end of your barrel.
Bummer, dude. I'm scared to hold this.
Your
but
primer's flying back.
Gone.
In the fire.
Boom.
Dude, what if he threw it in the fire? That'd have been crazy.
Why didn't you?
Why don't we just put it in the fire?
We could put a lot of things in the fire.
We could put a lot of things in the fire.
I accept my fate.
50 BMG. I pumped this thing up 10 pumps, which is, everybody knows, is enough to kill a bear. So, we'll see what it does with 50 BMG.
I feel like you need more than. Maybe not.
Nope! Oh look, it caught on the outside. That's cool.
Yeah.
That thing's hot. We were hoping this would do something cool, but it is just popping the primers. Well, I can't even see this primer. We got too much tape on this one. There's your unburned powder falling out of our back door. We were about to give up, but that is not
Man,
the Demolition Ranch way.
the 50 BMG is leaking out its back door.
Instead, we're gonna hook a torch to the end of the gun to blow fire on the 50 BMG.
There you go. This is what you said Mythbusters did. At least a little
You
bit.
didn't come here for excuses. You came here for results. Okay, we're just gonna turn the gas on. I'm gonna try to light it. Go ahead.
probably not as nice of a setup.
That's right on.
That was way faster than I thought it was going to be.
Turn the gas off.
Dude, that was fast.
That was
Blew the whole thing.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
They were behind the wall.
Yeah.
Where's the rest of it?
Yeah, that was like no time.
That was really fast.
Boom.
It really
So it just
doesn't.
splits right
spewed-
there. It still
spewed
threw
gunpowder
tons
everywhere.
of unburned powder out, which makes sense because it's way quieter than it would have been shooting a 50 BMG, and then barely throws that round out. Cool. Even a 50 BMG blowing up outside of a chamber right next to you, it might hurt a little bit, but it's not going to go in your skin, in my opinion. But consult an attorney.
The case is
before you
definitely
do
more
that.
likely
Not
to
a
cause you
doctor, not a
damage than the
doctor.
bullet.
We kind of figured that blowing up outside of a chamber would be sort of anticlimactic, so we decided we have a bunch of old ammo that we don't feel comfortable shooting. That's why I've had the fire going the whole time. We're just gonna let it all blow up outside of a chamber. Well, it is in a chamber. The chamber is that excavator bucket.
Yeah.
Mikey, get the ammo. Do a few 9mm first?
Uh,
Are we doing that right now? There's no plan.
Oh, you just did it.
There are no rules. There's no plan.
It's a pretty thick bucket.
Whoa.
That's crazy. They all went off at the same time.
did that sound like all of them?
I mean, yeah, they're
Yeah,
like
you know,
9.
Like, yeah.
And like I heard 7 go off, so we'll see the 2 in a minute.
Yeah.
10 mil going in. Oh!
That was
You
fast.
found a hot spot. Why did that one go off so fast? Maybe that was a 9.
I don't know, just kind of.
Did you throw?
Nope.
Maybe we should count. So yeah.
It's like I don't know, 7 to 16. We don't really know. Oh, you heard that one ding?
Yeah.
Did you hear that? That was trying to get us.
They're trying to shoot back.
Mikey's hiding behind the trash can.
That's gonna help.
Buckets. We have a bulletproof wall right here. Mikey's like, these just trash can will work. I think we need more.
Oh.
7K.
Return fire.
The fire's shooting at us.
7.5. There's about 15 of them.
This is real firefighters right here.
No. Mikey, get in here.
Run!
Oh,
Look at the fire.
Dude, the fire changed
The
to red.
fire. That was crazy.
They got angry.
that was cool.
It's crazy how they all go off around the same time for the most part. You know what, guys? I'm gonna miss this.
Just dump all the ammo in there. Dump all the ammo in there.
It's all about.
357, there's probably like 5 in there.
Mikey.
5 or 25.
I'm hungry for some 357. I forgot how cool that clear bulletproof window is.
Kind of awesome.
Yep.
1, 2.
These are wimpy.
Oh, look at the fire.
There you go.
Look at the fire.
There were 5.
Fire looks so cool.
I can't see any fire. Man.
That was about 5.
Oh, dude.
Dude, one just went through this chair.
Something deep over here.
Look, one went through the chair.
No, that wasn't from right now.
I know.
Oh. Something did just hit back here, though.
A shell or something landed over here.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sure everything's safe. 65 Grendel plus some 30 and 300 windbag. I mean 300 blackout. Move up.
This reminds me of the videos of
Go.
some branch of the military just
He's
putting a
putting
bunch of
rifle rounds
supplies
down
out in the
so we'll see what
desert,
happens.
setting it all on fire to destroy it.
Oh, wow.
Whoa. It's all spark out there.
Yeah.
If you're cold, you can go warm up over by the fire.
Sure.
I'm gonna mix the 40 Smith & Wesson with the 38 Special.
That's a good shot, though.
In true YouTuber fashion,
That was a bang.
building it all up. Building it up to be more than it is.
So scared. my gosh.
And this does feel like he has retired and he's just out here having fun now. That's what this is.
We got a whole thing full of 44 mags now. This is gonna be big.
Oh, that's so much 44 mag. I'll take it. 44 mag's expensive.
Oh, that's gonna be a good one.
I don't have anything that shoots it, but
44 mag.
I'm sad this
I'll
won't
take
make
the
it
ammo.
an outro.
Aw.
Forming up.
Yeah. This is a good one.
That's pretty well. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that was better.
Boom.
Goodness.
the smaller pops are probably
Mikey, are you
just
alive?
primers going.
Yeah, you just kind of. I think I saw something. Hit the
I just
Maybe.
heard Mikey go. Oh.
Oh. All right, yeah.
That's it.
We need rifle rounds.
Okay, so David, you don't want that 545, right? I guess.
Too bad. Too bad. Good.
They just throw in the whole bowl.
What do you guys want to talk about?
Oh, those sound way better.
Look
Whoa.
too.
How long do they do this for? Oh my goodness. I didn't see how long this video was.
Yeah,
This is a
pop
36-minute video.
They're more fun. What else we got?
You know, a cereal bowl full of 22s.
Yeah, there's like 100. No, there's more than that.
Yeah.
It's probably
Something
like 322s. Throw them in.
Oh, look at that.
I'm gonna stay back here for this one.
And a 45, right in the middle. Perfect.
It's like a birthday candle.
This is just some people out there having fun.
That was nuts.
Was that it?
That was a lot at once.
That was a
That
lot.
was a 45.
We go pee on the fire now. These are old. We can't shoot these. I mean,
You can't
else
shoot them
do
with
we
that
do?
attitude.
One thing to do.
You guys are crazy.
put these chambers.
What is that trash? Keep on coming back.
It's always in the way. I thought that would already pop
Yeah.
with the plastic.
The plastic should.
Oh, they're just gonna burn.
Oh.
Oh, you,
Shotgun shells.
oh no.
But you can go.
Yeah, they're going.
That sounds cool.
Man, it sounds the same on the camera speaker.
What was that?
You go.
I heard a ricochet.
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna skip a bit.
We got some 3-inch Magnum shells. We got some black. Are we really gonna burn black tips? This is good.
I feel like that's got a little.
We gotta keep that one. Dude, that's a.
It's been struck.
Oh, it has.
That's why most of these rounds are in
What
here.
is this? It's a 338 Lapua API.
Those are good.
We're keeping that. What else is in here?
We're not gonna do that.
Man, I want ammo buckets like this, just sitting around full of
That's like
whatever.
And Win Mag API.
in the monster.
Oh.
We need these, but look, 7.62 by 54. Y'all really want to get rid of all these APIs?
Are you checking the?
They're fine. You can have the rest. Dump them in.
Check that other box right there. Might as well throw that.
What other box? 4570. Government.
Oh,
All right, there's a lot of blue tips in here.
so
too.
much money. So much money, they're
Dump 'em.
just setting it on fire. I guess they're YouTubers, so it checks out.
Probably like a good 20, right?
Yeah, I think there's probably 13 to 20 rounds in here. That's a lot.
That's a lot. It is a lot.
That's a lot. Dying down.
That was a big one.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Oh yeah, look at that fucker.
It says somewhere duds in the box. But also, had like a 338 Lapua API. That looks pretty cool.
Dude, if we start a fire over there, we'll be able to go put it out. You get shot over there.
That is true.
Oh my god.
Look at all the clothes on the ground out in front of it.
That was so cool.
That was awesome.
It was awesome. Oh, that was the one.
Dude, this is way better than fireworks.
It really is. Can we do this in the 4th back?
Oh, why was that so loud?
Ow.
That was probably Win Mag.
Man, we should have done that after the 50.
Yeah, I guess we shouldn't do the 50 now.
No, we
what's the
should.
point? What's the point, guys?
This is the point.
What's the
Look
point?
At
There's
this.
no reason.
Heavy. I can't even lift it up.
That was so cool.
They're gonna put a belt of 50 in there. Oh,
Light the HQ on fire.
oh, pain.
50's in there.
I'll take it. Just give it to me. It'll be okay.
We have to roll them up so they're nice and
Yeah.
tight.
Oh god. This is gonna be.
This is called the 50 cal bomb. We're getting demonetized for sure. Whoa!
You're sorry. That's so
Make sure they're all pointing that way.
Nah.
Nah.
Form up.
Are you ready?
We're ready. Go.
It's still going off.
Oh no! Right when he reached.
Oh.
That's not a 50.
No, it wasn't.
Everything's just heating up. They're about 50% done so far. 60%. 70%.
Oh, do you know this?
76%. 87%.
No.
It's gonna set
Not
off
50.
50.
92%. 95%.
Get your hands up.
96%. 97%. 98%.
I don't know.
99%.
Maybe they're all done.
100%.
We should go check.
No.
No powder in any of them.
There it is. There we go.
That's a 50.
I see it over there. I heard it too.
Oh, I see it. Oh, the smoke.
Oh
right
yeah,
there.
do you see the smoke?
Oh, yeah.
Good thing we're by the wall.
So 2 of them. That's probably, I think we put in just 2.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Man, I wish we had more coals. I wonder if there's some of them are going to be touching the coals.
Maybe.
Oh.
Oh, there they're going.
There they go.
Oh, right there, right in front of
Flying
us.
everywhere.
Oh yeah, they're breaking. Holy.
They're
I mean,
landing.
you've got extra shrapnel from
There we
a
go.
50
Oh, I
belt.
just hit the cinder block.
Just throwing stuff everywhere.
Oh yeah, there's smoke over there.
There's a lot of smoke, actually.
Because they're in
Dude,
Oh, it's a whole dog.
Jeez. You could see the blast on
Oh my gosh.
the blast on the dirt.
They're going everywhere.
I'm glad we left that gas can right there.
Oh my gosh. No, Mikey, do not get that. Let it go.
But the gas.
It's a light.
Mikey, don't get that.
Tracer burning.
You see the smoky show right
Let's
over
trace
us?
it. Ooh.
You know what'd be cool to look at? Not today, but maybe tomorrow.
What it looks like.
The inside of
Yeah.
that thing. To see like if it's like dinged up or not. Because we haven't, nothing's come through it yet.
You hear it?
Yeah.
What was that? What was that?
That!
It's Tracer, I think.
Excuse me?
Holy crap!
Little toot.
Oh, it sounded like a fart.
There's probably still other rounds in there too. They're
Yeah.
just like not touching.
They don't. Oh.
Thanks for watching this episode of Demolition Ranch. I love you.
No, I want to see you come back tomorrow.
Every $5
And
Demolition
just
Ranch
look the
person
inside of that
should have a
thing.
Chance to win that truck and that gun locker. I love you. Let's end this video.
What are they doing?
They're putting out fires. Small ones. That's gonna put a hole in the shoe because that's much larger than the realistic weight. You're gonna burn the rubber on your shoes.
The boots are for.
For burning the rubber? Just pick it up and throw it in the fire.
Just pee on it.
Man, I want to see the inside of the thing. Oh well. Said it'd be interesting to come back and see it, and then they didn't do it. Can't believe it. All right. Oh, my keyboard fell asleep. Chat, you know what we haven't done in like a month? We haven't looked at TFB. There might be all kinds of interesting stuff happening, and we don't know it. Crack? You're right. We also have not done crack in the last month, I hope. Well, to no one's surprise, a lot more NFA and a lot more E-forms. I doubt there's going to be anything new products related, right? Because we're still too close to SHOT Show. 15% off all leather fit multi-fit holsters. Wowee. Ooh, PKP. I want one. Can't have one. Looking to do your first SBR. So Sonya will be part of that graph. Congratulations. Congratulations. I need to do some more. But I'm so lazy. Excuse me. 4 Ruger... A new Ruger engraved 1911s. The street. Yeah, what you think of when you see an engraved 1911 is, yeah, it's for the street. No. No. Strike Industries. Super budget RMR. Man, why does Vietnam get all the cool stuff? Vietnam has so many cool little guns. Colombia? Using Barrett MRADs. Vietnam too. The war for cool stuff. Vietnam, why? Why does Vietnam getting so many cool guns just all of a sudden? SVD replacement? Oh, the SVCH? SVCH is not new. 2018. Western Hunting Expo. Not for me. Don't care. Don't care about hunting. I'm not a big hunter. French. Oh, a French arms manufacturer filing for bankruptcy. I have no idea who Verny Caron is. Caron. I don't know. How do you say it in French? It's always sad to see a gun manufacturer go under, though. The Bundeswehr. Looking for a new pistol. And that's probably what HK is working on, instead of giving us a G36. It's French, doesn't matter that much. Well, there's so many cool things, so many cool guns that have come from France. I mean, that company looked like they were making standard ARs, but yeah, maybe they made something cool as well. Wow. Look at this edgy boomer pic right here. What is that? President's Day deals? Oh, missed him. HK makes a Glock clone for Bundeswehr. It costs 4 times a regular one. Checks out. That's probably what's going to happen. Ooh, AK-5? Oh, picture of the day. I mean, it's a cool picture. I want an AK-5. I need Sweden to just chop them up as parts kits, but not like too bad. And then send them here. FUD Friday, bring back pump action rifles. Checks out for FUD Friday. Strike Industries again. $5 to $40. The HK Gluck 19. New for 2026. The Gluck. The HK Gluck. Brazil. We got to read the Brazil article. German handmade AR-10s. Those are probably expensive. ATF might still be after your pistol brace. Of course. The mega bipod on a shotgun. Why is there no picture? Give me the picture. Oh, there it is. Bring back PK. New Colt 1911s. Thank you, CZ. Wow, that is... Holy case hardening. Who is SK Guns? I do like this purple grip though. I just want to know how much those cost. Oh, new ammo flavors, chat. Chat, new ammo flavors. We can start tasting the 22s along with the batteries from our optics. We're going to be able to have a full rounded meal here pretty soon. CCI is tasty. Oh, maybe I need to go buy some CCI to taste test. We can do an ammo brands taste testing tier list stream. Don't see any problems that could come from that. Variable power prism scope. Interesting. What is Hanes? And why is everyone using it? I've not heard of that, so not everyone is using it. Remember to try the tasty flakes inside the case? Of course, that's like the most important part. Are machine guns legal now? Lawyer? No. Well, I mean, yes. But only the same ones that have always been. Alright. Let's look at the articles we have so far. I just want to know the price of the super case hardened. I have to click on a link. $22.50. Choose caliber. Only one option. The illusion of choice. Isn't Hanes an underwear brand? Yes, but it's not spelled with a Y. All right. We got Vietnam, and then we can talk about Brazil. What is this site? Why does it look so weird? STV-022. Stockless carbine. Is it 7.62 by 39? Probably in a short mag. STV is the abbreviation for hold on, how do we pronounce this?
Súng tiểu liên Việt Nam.
Súng tiểu liên Việt Nam. Probably butchered that anyways. Súng tiểu liên Việt Nam. SVT 380, SVT 215, STV's abbreviation. Unlike these, number indicates the barrel length. It's got a 22 millimeter barrel. Wait, no, it's a year. Oh no, the 380 and the 215 are the barrel length. Okay, that makes more sense. Weapon was officially accepted into service. Wait. This was adopted by who? By who adopted this gun? Carried by security guards at Vietnam Defense Expo. So it was adopted by security agencies. .762 by 39. Shares the same Galil style milled receiver. Receiver cover with STV. Other ones, Picatinny, are located on the lower cover of the handguard. Instead of a stock, is a sling loop. Why not just put a folding stock on it? It makes it a little bulkier, I guess. AK style safety, non-ambidextrous, birdcage flash hider. This is such a strange gun to adopt for anything. Adopted by Vietnam mall ninjas, pretty much. Instruction manual. Oh no, instruction on crates. They come in crates of 10. Comes with 4 15-round magazines. Can I buy a crate of these? How much does it cost to order a crate of these? Personal defense weapon for soldiers doing guard duty. Okay, so it's not like independent contractor that adopted it. It's soldiers who are out guarding stuff. They're professional mall ninjas. Government provided mall ninjas. £5.5. I mean, £5.5 is not a lot, but £5.5 for something this small seems like it's quite a bit. Photos taken during training appear to show soldiers handling the recoil by pushing the weapon forward, putting tension on the sling. Bro's trying to strangle himself in the wrong direction. Special forces, which often operate submachine guns like the MP5K or Uzi. Close quarter combat without deploying the stock, or without the stock altogether. Interesting training, for sure. Pushes the weapon forward, putting tension on the sling, combines with front grip to create relatively stable platform for firing. I mean, yeah, not as stable as a stock. Not anywhere close to as stable as a stock. First saw this technique being taught in the early 2000s by an instructor who was serving in one of the volunteer units during the Bosnian War. In this region during the war, many soldiers carry their AK with folded stock, and this technique appeared as a way to quickly open fire without unfolding the stock. I mean, I guess if you're ambushed and you just need to quickly provide some covering fire, I guess reasonable. But you should deploy the stock as soon as you have an opportunity. You don't just leave the stock folded for the whole engagement. If the engagement lasts long enough to put the stock out. Came from the 144 Guards Brigade. Elite unit of the Vietnamese army. Attacked with protection of general staff members and facilities in the capital of the country. Wait. Wait, by security they mean like it's Vietnamese Secret Service? This was adopted by the Vietnamese Secret Service? That's a little crazy. Since its introduction, besides the soldiers on guard duty, STV has also appeared in the hands of Vietnamese border guard, naval infantry, and special forces, assisting during patrols and combat exercises. Lack of stock remains a hot topic every time STV appears in the media. They say such a compact rifle reduces soldiers' fatigue, especially when doing multiple-hour guard shifts. And since the security situation in Vietnam is relatively calm, therefore STV is ideal for peacetime use. I mean, I guess so. But it just seems like a weapon platform that's not good at anything. Draco Chads stay winning. Yeah, this is the Vietnamese Secret Service Draco. Other people disagree, saying a collapsible stock would not add much weight to the gun and would make it more effective. Yet, these people are correct. They're correct. It would make the gun way more functional and just add a little bit of weight. And you don't have to use it with a collapsible stock extended. It just makes it better. SCV can be considered Vietnam's first multi-purpose or first purpose-built PDW. And it's interesting to see how Vietnamese approach seems different from that of many other countries. Yeah, that's because they're using this ghetto-looking gun. The Secret Service Draco. I mean, at least they're making unique stuff. I like countries making unique stuff. That one's a little weird, though. It's cool. All right, this is the one I was very interested in, though. Gun shops and gun laws of Brazil. Lessons for the US gun community. Brazil mentioned. I love learning about gun laws in other countries. I think it's very neat. Gets me out of my little American Second Amendment microcosm. By Vladimir Onokoi. Probably butchered his last name, I apologize. Previously, I wrote about the gun culture of Iraq, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and the Philippines. Do South Africa next. While all those places are fascinating, they seem a bit too exotic for a US gun owner. Nope. Not me, at least. In the conversation about gun laws, US politicians like to use examples of Australia and the UK, but often ignore countries that are more similar to the USA and even closer to it geographically. The countries of South America. Today, Brazil is the biggest and most populated South American country, with over 212 million citizens. Like the US, it has notable problems with gangs and violent crime. I don't think that's quite the same. Yes, both the US and Brazil have problems. I don't think they're the same, though. And it consists of different states and has a diverse population. Brazil's size and demographics are pretty similar to those in the US. What can we learn from Brazil's experience regarding gun laws? Apparently a lot, because in recent years, Brazil's government unintentionally conducted one of the biggest social experiments related to gun laws in the history of mankind. Well, that's a good hook. You've got me invested. We'll see if it's true. Gun culture in Germany is really sad. A lot of things in Germany are very sad, unfortunately. History of gun laws in Brazil. Brazil doesn't have a Second Amendment equivalent, do they? In 2003, the gun laws of the country changed dramatically. Essentially, the system changed from shall issue to may issue. so police could deny the application for a license. The guns were separated into two categories: self-defense and hunting, sport, and collecting. Restrictions on calibers were introduced. 9mm and other popular calibers were banned for self-defense purposes, and gun owners were forced to buy .380 ACP, .38 Special, and other minor calibers. For defense guns, you're only allowed to buy 50 rounds of ammunition per year. How are you going to train with 50 rounds of ammunition a year? You cannot use it for any other purpose, for example, for competition shooting. Also, an additional permit was required to do a range trip. That's crazy. Later on in 2017, for the first time, there was an amendment that allowed sporting shooters to carry a gun on the way to the shooting range. Wait, how did they have to leave it at the range before? How did they get it to and from the range? According to the Brazilian army, this was a way to prevent firearms from being stolen, not to protect the life of the gun owner. A lot of gun clubs adapted and started working 24/7. So if a club member is detained by police carrying his legal handgun, he can always say, "Who cares, it's 2 a.m. I was going to the range, it's open now." Wait, that's genius. So the ranges just stay open 24/7? So that no matter what happens, they can just be like, "Yep, I was on my way to the range." That's pretty based of these gun ranges, honestly. Big fan of that. German gun laws were really cool. Then the EU started. Yeah, the EU is big bad. EU is always bad news. No mag capacity limits. Full auto was allowed. Shooting on private property was allowed. In Germany? If only. Return to that. For sporting guns, there were fewer caliber restrictions. However, you couldn't legally use them for self-defense. If you have a sporting gun, it must be stored unloaded. Magazines must be unloaded as well, to ensure you will have no chance to defend yourself in case of a surprise attack. I just took mental damage. In order to buy a gun as a sporting shooter, you must be over 25, employed, be a member of a shooting club, pass the shooting and psychological qualification. But if you want to buy a gun for self-defense, you have to prove to the federal police that you need this firearm. Some violence may already have happened to you, or it is very close to happening. Generally, it's almost impossible to get a license for a concealed carry firearm for self-defense. That seems pretty standard for other countries, honestly. Unlike the US, where gun laws change from state to state, in Brazil, firearms-related regulation, or legislation, is introduced and enforced on the federal level. You can't just move to another state to avoid certain gun laws. I mean, the US, it's kind of hybrid. It's a hybrid between those. Because obviously in the US, we have federal gun laws. And there's also state gun laws, in case you live in a state that hates you. How things have changed under Bolsonaro. Probably pronouncing that wrong. In 2019, Jair Bolsonaro was elected president of Brazil, he changed gun laws in the country with a series of executive orders. First of all, the overall gun permit system was changed to shall issue, when police cannot deny the application without a clear reason. If you're going to have to do applications, that is definitely how you should do it. Orders also lifted restrictions regarding caliber bans. For the first time in history, the average citizen could buy 9mm and other popular rounds for self-defense. Let's go. Self-defense firearms license issued 2009-2024. Big spike. And then lowered out. How many is that? 6 figures? 6 figures for every year for 3 years? Years ago? Almost 30 years from what your one German friend told me? His dad has a grandfathered MP5. Hopefully the grandfathered MP5 can be passed down. If not, very sad. Those changes led to one of the most impressive increases in the number of gun owners. In 3 years, the number of gun owners doubled, increasing from 1 million to 2 million. At the same time, no increase in violent crime was recorded. New gun owners did not commit a statistically significant amount of crimes with their legally owned weapons. Oh, we've got 2 charts to compare. So, 2020 is huge spike. That corresponds with a significant decrease from a peak of 65,000 down to 50,000. It's a huge decrease in homicides. When he dies, he gets taken. Even if your friend were to get whatever that word is, a Waffenbesteskarte. I don't know what that means. Current situation. In 2022, President Lula won the election. And in 2023, on January 1st, his first day in office, he canceled all previous executive orders, reinstated caliber restrictions, and may issue policies when you have to prove you need a gun to get permission to buy it. People who already bought restricted firearms were allowed to keep them. Man, they just have a freely swinging pendulum over there. People who have a firearm for self-defense can only take it to the range twice a year, once every 6 months, and they need to get a special license. Range is located within 1 kilometer of a school, can only work from 6 p.m. until 10 p.m. on weekdays, and from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. on the weekends. That's crazy regulation. 4 hours? You can only have your business open for 4 hours? It's a gun license? Okay. If you think this is bad, talk to Gabe about the Philippines with Bong Bong. What is Bong Bong? Now, new caliber restrictions made again. Now, any handgun in caliber more powerful than 407 joules and any semi-automatic long gun is also restricted. Even semi-auto 12-gauge shotguns, except 22 rifles, bolt action, lever action, and pump action long guns, chambered for calibers with more than 1,620 joules of force are restricted. Restricting calibers by joules is crazy. Because that's going to change based on...
Few Oofy just traded with 95 viewers.
Few Oofy, apparently. Foofy, thank you for the raid. Hello. Hello, raiders. Welcome.
Velociraptor093 just followed.
How is it going? How's it going?
Deploying reinforcements. Kaiyoung325 just followed.
Thank you for all the follows. Thank you for the follows of Velociraptor.
Deploying reinforcements. Spartan
Kaiyoung,
just
Spartan.
followed.
Verbalut. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your names.
Deploying reinforcements.
CJP.
For Boiled 4 just followed.
Wandering Twitch Goblin. Thank you for all the follows.
Deploying reinforcements.
Let me get you a shout out.
Sky 2013 just followed.
If anyone is not following Foofy, you should. Foofy, very cute. Very cute bear.
Twitch Goblin just followed.
How was what was it today? I was there. I lurked for a little bit.
Xenix 997
BioShock. How was
just
BioShock?
followed. Deploying reinforcements. Snowheart just followed.
And the celebration has arrived. Welcome. Well, hello.
T3CHN01200 just followed.
BioShock is amazing. You love it? Very nice. BioShock. I've never played through a BioShock. I played part of the first BioShock. I got a Steam package on a good sale and impulse bought all of the BioShocks in a package and only played like halfway through the first one. Average Steam user. Bear said something about guns. Yes, what am I doing? Hello, welcome raiders. Hello, I'm the X Count. We do a lot of guns kind of stuff. We also have hands cam. Sorry about your immersion. So today is 223 day. It is February 23rd, 223. So all the guns on the table are chambered in 223. So for those with guntism like I have, we have the Brownells BRN 180, the Robinson XCRL, and the Thompson Center Contender. The new BRN. So this is the Gen 2 BRN upper, not the new Gen 3. So it's the middle generation. Sounds like your roommate. They buy tons of games, leave half of them unfinished. At least half of my Steam library is unplayed. Ever built my own AR platform? I have built guns. This is something I have done. Every now and then, I will build guns on stream. Because that is okay for Twitch TOS. Yes, your friend had the first gen because it looks different. Yeah, so there's 3 generations of Brownell's BRN uppers. This is the 2nd generation. My personal favorite, and I'm definitely not biased because it's the one I have. I'm biased because it's the one I have. Wish you could have one. Canada doesn't like them. Even Airsoft is pretty strict. Yeah, Canada gun laws have gotten pretty rough in the last few years for sure. You've been thinking of building an AR-15? Do it. Do it. Safely, of course. But building an AR-15, very good experience, very fun. I don't have an AR-15 within reach, actually. But building an AR-15 is like super expensive adult Legos. I do have. We have the waifu the waifu 1911 with Rem and Ram on the grips. Because, I mean, what's a more iconic waifu duo? But this gun, I have taken this gun to competition before, and definitely got some strange looks from the old men at the competition as I'm using a 1911 with waifus on it. So Canadians live vicariously through gun tubers. You live vicariously through gun tubers? Well, welcome. You are free to live vicariously through me. Who's the 1911 manufacturer? This is just, it's a rock island. So, manufactured in the Philippines, imported to the United States. Good budget 1911. Where can we add this on the table? Where does it fit? Oh, now there's glare. We can't see the waifu on it. Disappointing. The old guys just don't know. Yeah, we need to introduce old men to anime. All the friends you shoot matches with have anime patches and stickers on everything? Good. Good. Spread the word. Spread the anime. Yeah, eventually, I have seriously considered buying my own laser engraver so that I can engrave anime on stuff. And then theoretically, I could also do custom jobs for people. Just like, probably like slides, grips. Not the actual receiver part, but I've seriously considered doing that. Just for my own entertainment. Been thinking about getting some for your 1911? Do it. Custom things are always better. You get emotionally attached to it. You have a Kimber office model? Kimber officer model. Kimbers are okay. I used to be a huge Kimber hater. Now I'm only a mild Kimber hater. Some of them are okay. Awesome putting hobbies together. Yeah, so I don't know, you got it. You got it. There's not many streamers who do very much gun content. There are some. There's some really cool streamers who do gun content. And some really cool VTubers who do. But there's not a lot. It's my niche. It's my niche. Gotta find your niche. Your friend got a weird anime airsoft gun? Nice. And most people who are into guns got in through like airsoft or whatever. I skipped all that. It was like, I went straight to guns. I don't have a single airsoft gun. You're boomerish. Your 1911 is Ruger. You love Ruger? Ruger makes very reliable products, though they are very boring in the innovation department. Probably make a ton of bank if word gets out. Well, we can't make too much bank too fast if I did that, because I would not have production capacity. Have I heard of the Mag Project? They have lots of anime engraved mags. Yes, I do know of the Mag Project. They are cool. So what is the Mag Project? They do polymer engraving. I would want to do metal engraving. So like a nice smooth slide, like a whiteboard or chalkboard. You can draw whatever you want on it. I think the Mag Project is still around. There's a few companies that have anime magazines and stuff. 3D printers that have laser engraver attachments? There are. And I have a 3D printer. Hi, by the way, ATF. I don't use it for guns, though. I just use it for little trinkets. So, right here we've got our death whistle. It sounds absolutely horrifying, but that's 3D printed. Waifu guns on Twitch with VTuber? Perfect combination. I'm glad you approve. I'm glad you approve. You believe in Keltec cocaine? Me too. Big fan of Keltec. Do I? Yes, we do have a Keltec right here. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna slap my mic real quick. Ignore that. I've got Keltec. I had to remove the sight from it to put on a different gun. So it is currently sightless, but it's a Keltec RDB. Bullpup. Ejects at the bottom there. Cool gun. Fun gun. It's probably practical at something. You're the reverse. You didn't get into airsoft until you turned 16. You've been shooting since you were 7. Yeah, I mean, if you want to get more into, like, I don't know, it's pretty frowned upon to shoot real guns at people. But if you want to actually get into PvP guns, airsoft is the way to go. Or join like a mercenary organization, but I recommend against that one. Their site is still up. Their Twitter is a ghost town. Oh, the Mag Project? Well, if their site is still up, they're probably still at least taking orders. Do I have a musket as the founding fathers intended? Theoretically, yes. I haven't built it though. It's one of those like musket kits where they send you all the parts and you have to put it together yourself. But I haven't put it together. The least insane Keltec design? The RDB? It's definitely not their most insane design. Like the stripper Keltec, newly released. I'm still looking. I want one of those. I want the stripper Keltec.
Deploying reinforcements.
Except I can't find it yet.
Just followed.
Oh, so many follows have happened since I read follows. Xenix, thank you for the follow. Sayoheart, thank you for the follow. Techno, thank you for the follow.
Deploying reinforcements.
Sleepy, thank you for the follow.
_90 just followed.
Maddie thank you for the follow. Welcome everybody. I do not have a cannon, unfortunately. Cannons are very expensive. Although you can, if you have the money, literally have them shipped to your door. Because legally, cannons are not a firearm, so you don't have to do a background check and all that stuff. So you can legally have a cannon mailed to your front door, unlike something like this. Airsoft Scorpion drum mag on propane. Very normal by that standard. 5.7 is oddly enticing, even though you have no use for it. I'm gonna be honest. I have no use for any more guns. I just like them. I'm a collector of oddities of guns. But yes, you can in the United States. In most states, there are a couple states that have restrictions on black powder stuff, but in most states, it is perfectly legal to have a black powder gun, including a cannon, is shipped to your door. Hard to find a place to shoot cannons? Yeah. You can't take a cannon to like an indoor range to shoot it. It's a little bit frowned upon. What would be my favorite firearm? Like just of all time? Or that I own? That I own. That makes it a little easier. And now you can make me choose favorites. Probably every gun collector has to have that one. I mean, there's different things I like for different reasons, right? So it's the Calico, right? Super cool gun. One of my favorites to just like have, show off. But like, am I gonna take this to do anything practical at all? Absolutely not. But these are very cool. Peak 80s design right here. Helical magazine. Yeah, so this has a standard 50 round helical magazine. If you are familiar with the Bison from video games or real life, I guess. Same concept, done slightly differently. You really want to get a trench gun? A couple companies started making recreations of it. You want one? And there's a few companies. I think Cimarron started making one recently. Or yes, they started importing one, I should say. But Cimarron, their shotguns are pretty affordable. It's the largest caliber I own. The largest caliber I own, it's going to be 300 Win Mag. Is 300 Win Mag or 7.62 by 54 bigger? Depends. It depends, probably. Those are the two. Those are the two. Oh, or 7.7 Japanese. That's up there with big calibers. A gyrojet would be awesome. Good luck getting one. Ammo's expensive. Gyrojets are so expensive. You've got to be like running a museum to get a gyrojet. No 50, no 50. 50s are so expensive. 50s are wildly expensive. There are 50s that I want. There are 50s that are on my bucket list of guns to have. Some of them more attainable than others. But the Steyr HS50, those are very cool. The GM6 Lynx, big fan of that one. The near unattainable 50 that I want, the Triple Action Thunder. And I would, I'd trade my car for one of those. Like, a 20 millimeter? I do not have a 20 millimeter. Base caliber question requires the including shotgun slugs response. Nobody cares about shotgun slugs. Everybody's got a shotgun if they have multiple guns. How do I feel about PSA maybe making a 50? It is disappointing to me. Not because I'm against there being more 50s on the market, or because I don't think there should be a more budget 50s. Keep in mind, budget is still going to be like $6,000 if I was going to guess. but because I just want them to work on other stuff instead. Shotgun slugs don't really count since they are measured in gauge, not caliber. I mean, you can measure them in caliber, I guess. I mean, 12 gauge is what, like 0.72, I think. What if you have a 10 gauge? I do not have a 10 gauge. But I suppose if you have a 10 gauge, then that can enter the conversation. Kind of how you feel about it. Yeah. The thing that Palmetto teased that I really wanted them to release is the Colt belt fed upper. Like Palmetto State, they teased it, they showed it, and then they didn't talk about it anymore. .300 Win Mag, according to Wiki, is 762 by 67, bigger than 8K, 762 by 39. That is much bigger. It's only a bit bigger than 762 by 54. You don't think you ever saw them tease this? Was it SHOT Show? It wasn't at... Where was it? It might have honestly just been like on the back, in the background on the wall in one of their videos. It was somewhere. I remember it being somewhere. And it will now elude me because I'm talking about it. Because that's just how that works. But I saw it. I saw it somewhere. Was it in the background of this one?
Hey guys, Cameron here.
Hi, Cameron. No, it's not the background of that one. Peak content, peak VTuber content right here.
Offering from the state.
Oh, it's out there somewhere. PSA has one somewhere, wherever it is. Been great. Been a long week. Good night. Good night, Nuke Man. Here's a company that just partnered with CAC to start producing belt-fed uppers for AR lowers. I do remember that. I don't remember which company it was. There's a couple companies that already make them. Lima Six. That sounds right. Except the companies that already make them just want unreasonable amounts of money for them. Yeah, these guys. These guys. Obviously, this is still semi-automatic, which is a little bit of a bummer, if I'm going to be honest. And I don't think they've released a price on it. I at least don't remember seeing one. That doesn't mean that they haven't released one, but I don't know what it is. But affordable to working class patriots. Man, look at that. Look at that marketing. Belt feds being semi-auto sounds wrong. Yeah, a belt fed semi-auto is basically just a head turner for the range, honestly. It's super cool to have, don't get me wrong. I would like to have one. There are belt feds that, should they ever make it to the United States civilian market, I would absolutely buy. Like the Korean K5, the Negev There's a lot of there's a few. There's a few I would definitely buy. No, the K5 is the pistol, isn't it? K3, K4. I don't remember. Whichever one is the Korean belt fed. FRT and full auto compatible. 3K upper, 2K parts kit. 3K upper? That's not bad. I mean, 3,000, a lot of money. But compared to other belt feds, very, very affordable. I unfortunately do not have a full auto lower because I haven't won the lottery yet. You wouldn't mind the new SIG machine gun if they were legal? The army was looking at? I mean, other than my bias against SIG right now, they don't seem terrible. Also, super safety compatible. Yeah, super safety, good option. If you don't mind your trigger finger just absolutely just getting the snot beat out of it. But yeah, there's so many cool guns out there. And I guess today before raid raid that sent us on rants, sent us on tangents, which is good. It's good for streamers. Good to yap a bit. We were learning about Brazil gun laws. So many guns, so little money. Yeah, I am always running into that issue. I repeatedly make poor financial decisions. Being a VTuber and also being into guns, that is two expensive things that are always conflicting with each other. Got to commission art and also buy guns. And I also have to like eat every day. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, really. So many guns. 2 Canadian, unfortunately. And I am jealous. I am jealous of some Canadian guns. I'm going to be perfectly honest. Like the Canadian HK SL8. Oh, hi. Are you visiting us? Do you want to say hi to everybody? You want to say hi? Can you say hi? Hi. No, you're not gonna say hi? Wait, come on. Show yourself. Show yourself. Up here, over here, over here, over here. Come on, this way. Oh no, I'm not inviting you on my lap. You're too large. There he is. There he is. Hi. Goodbye. Did they get a less neutered version? Yeah, so the Canadian SL8 has the double stack magwell. They can only have 5 rounds in it, but the US version of the SL8 has the single stack 10 round magazines. The Canadian version has a double stack 5 round magazine. Thanks, HK. It's stupid we didn't get the double stack. It is. It is. And I don't know who's to blame. Someone's to blame, but I don't know who it is. You blame HK. It's either HK, the German government, or the ATF. So one of those three. Which of those three? Or a combination of those three? A combination? Solid possibility. All three combined. All three combined does seem pretty likely. Oh, hi, welcome back. The dog is here. Dog's watching. Chat, you're being watched by the dog. Sometimes he talks, but I don't think he's going to talk today. You going to talk to us? You talk to us? Maybe? You talk? You talk to us? Yeah? You look like you want to talk. You're not going to talk? You're not going to talk to us? Oh, wow. Hey. Yeah? You got stuff to say? You got stuff to say. Is that it? Is that all you're gonna say? That's all you gotta say? You got it out of your system? Okay. To be honest, even if they could import stock G36, they would have civilianized it even still. Yeah. I mean, hopefully the new HK USA plant will get us closer to the G36. But there was a recent interview with HK USA CEO that did not make me very confident in that. So I can still hope. But it's a very far-fetched hope. And my current expectations for guns that are coming is S&T out of Korea. Daewoo. I want the Daewoo. I want the Korean guns. I can't have Japanese guns still, but the Korean guns, those ones look cool. And hopefully someday, my weeb self will be able to get Japanese guns. But that seems pretty far off. All right, let's get back learning about Brazil. Brazil mentioned. You're loud. You're being loud. Right, so I guess so far, summarize the article for the people who are new here. Brazil, they went from very strict guns to all of a sudden not very strict guns, and now they're back to strict. We're back to strict guns again. So sporting shooters divided into 4 categories: level 1, 2, 3, and high performance. I want to be a high performance sporting shooter. Level 1 sporting shooter must, in a 12-month period, participate in at least 8 shooting range training sessions with each type of firearm he owns. He can buy 4 non-restricted firearms. 8 shooting sessions with each type of firearm, and he can have 4. A 32 range training sessions in a 12-month period. That's quite a bit. That's quite a lot. Level 2 sport shooter in 12-month period must participate in 12 shooting range training sessions with each type of firearms and 4 regional shooting competitions, and it can buy 8 non-restricted firearms. Oh my goodness. You gotta just live at the range. Which doesn't sound awful. Level 3 sporting shooter must, in a 12-month period, participate in 20 training sessions, 6 shooting competitions, 2 national or international competitions, and 4 regional. Oh my, holy. Sounds like they want training to be a full-time job, pretty much. And you can have 12 non-restricted and 4 restricted firearms. Still only 16. Which 16 is a lot. Don't get me wrong. But to someone who's like actually insane, not clinically, like myself, 16 is not a lot. Well, that's just level 3. High performance sport shooter must prove annually to the Brazilian army that he's affiliated with at least one national shooting confederation / league. Must have minimal ranking that will still be defined by the Ministry of Sports in a 12-month period, and must do the same amount of range trips and competitions as of level 3. 8 non-restricted, 8 restricted. So along with all of this, you have to be an affiliate for a national shooting confederation and have a minimum shooting rank. That's wild. It's literally a skill issue if you can't get to here. Literally a skill issue. They did the same. They did say the sessions could not be the same type. Just shoot every gun each trip. Oh, that's true. That's true. Just take all your guns every time you go to the range. Which, I mean, up here, 4? 4 is probably about how many I usually take to the range. So that's not terrible. We'll be paying those people for the time they'll have to take off work for maintaining their licenses. Probably the people taking time off work. I think pretty much for these top 2 levels, you just have to be a full-time professional shooter. Like an Olympian or something. You just get sponsored. Get sponsored. Rich person gamer. Pretty much. The supporting shooter doesn't fit those requirements. He can lose his license and firearms. Big sad. If someone just like showed up and was like, hey, you know that hobby you're really, really into, sunk a bunch of money in, we're gonna need those. I'm gonna need you to hand those over. Oh my goodness. Oh. It's so over. It's so over. With these new restrictions, the Brazilian firearms manufacturer Taurus Armas was forced to create a new handgun caliber 38 TPC to be able to keep selling its most affordable pistols to ordinary Brazilian citizens. Restriction drives the price up, and the federal government raises firearms tax to 55%. Oh my goodness. Imagine paying a 55% sales tax. I don't like paying an 8% sales tax. Oh my goodness. That's wild. California isn't too far off. Does California have a firearms tax? Probably. That wouldn't be surprising to me. Imagine paying 55% tax at all. Well, I mean, this is America. You don't pay the 55% all at once. But here in America, you've got income tax, and then depending on where you live, you stack sales tax, property tax, whatever other taxes on top of that. So there's a lot of places in the United States that get pretty close to that, honestly. As of now, at the end of 2024, a Glock would cost over $2,100 for retail customers. An AR-15 made by Taurus sells for $2,800. Oh, a 50-round box of the cheapest 9mm costs $60. Which training and practice cost prohibitive for a lot of gun owners. $2,100 for a Glock. Oh my goodness. You can get a Glock here for like $500. That's wild. There's oh, that I'm taking psychic damage. After sales, California firearms tax, and federal gun tax, it might actually be 50% tax. That's rough. But even with that, it's not going to be $2,100. Oh. Brazil, I'm so sorry. Getting a sporting shooter license takes 6 to 12 months for the whole process, from start until you have a firearms permit and can finally buy it. I mean, for a government license, generally that's not too bad. For the states that still require carry licenses, that's about what you would expect. But this is obviously an ownership license, not a carry license. Fighting in court, California stuff. Good. Grupo Richter gun store in Minas Generalis. The example of Brazil shows one troubling truth. Even when an increase in gun ownership does not lead to a rise in violent crime and homicides, many politicians aren't willing to take this data into account and adjust their agenda. And according to the data here, so we've got self-defense license issued, huge increase 2020 to 2022, with a decrease in homicides. It seems to have an inverse relation. I don't know, very interesting. Very interesting. I like learning about gun laws in other countries. Because, let's be honest, Americans, pretty spoiled. Pretty spoiled with our guns. just look at the table. That doesn't mean that I think it couldn't be better. But Americans, compared to everywhere else, pretty spoiled. So I like learning. I like learning about other countries. Because other countries make cool guns that most of the people in the country can't have. But it's, I don't know, looking at other countries makes me a little less upset. It makes me feel better to get a broader perspective. I think that's important. I also... Fuzz. There's Fuzz. Hold on. Come here. Come here. Go away. Yeah, guns. Guns good. More guns better. It makes you more mad. It makes you more mad knowing that other people are worse off. Pet gun 1911. We can head pat Rem. Oh, you can't see it. You can't see it. The glare. We can head pat. Head pat gun. I mean, I guess it makes me a little mad on behalf of the people in the other countries. It makes me grateful to be where I am. Does that make sense? Like I'm mad on behalf of Brazilians. Grateful to be where I am. I do want to visit Brazil though. Brazil seems like a cool place to visit. I want to go to the rainforest. Atomic, head out. All right. Good night. Sleep well. Or have a good dinner or whatever you're doing. What time is it? 10? A little after 10. For me, I'm in the only time zone, of course. Almost 11:30. Okay, so you're probably going to bed, not going to eat dinner. If I'm gonna take a wild guess. Although I also have not had dinner, and we'll be doing that after stream. And it's okay. I have a degenerate sleep schedule, which sucks when I have to wake up at like 7 in the morning sometimes. It's okay. You deal with that with willpower. Gun ASMR, pet XCR, and say someday I'll get you the K&M folding charging handle. You want me to lie? You want me to lie to the XCR? In ASMR? Someday, I'll get you the K&M folding charging handle. There you go. Is that what you wanted? Is that what you wanted? Spartan, thanks for the stream. You gotta head out for the night. Nice meeting you. Good meeting you as well. And have a good night. You're the opener at work, so you can't afford having that. Reasonable. It won't be a lie if I love it and don't mind spoiling it with upgrades. I love it just how it is. It's perfect just the way it is. I mean, it needs like a foregrip, maybe a light, but Techno probably also got to head out. All right. Have a good heading out, a good night, I assume. And thank you again for all the follows, for those people heading out. Much appreciated. And Foofy, thank you again for the raid. Man, I need to make more YouTube content. And the bot me posted the YouTube link for myself. I need to make more stuff. I've got some stuff I'm working on. Then I gotta record it, edit it. I'll get around to it. It'll happen eventually. Are we getting a Voob stream tomorrow? Monday? Wait. Is there Voob happening on Monday? Events. 26th? There's something on the 26th. What about the 24th? I don't think there's anything on the 24th. There's the 26th. The 26th is coming up. There'll be something there. It's a Wednesday? Ugh. That's not ideal for me. 6 p.m. on a Wednesday. Hopefully I'll be able to do that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. I think I have stuff, like real life stuff, that I have to do. Man, I've got to go touch grass. So I'm not going to be able to do Voop chat at 6. I miss Saturday. You're owed a Voob stream. And I'll think about it. I'll think about it. But if there's nobody else on, on Wednesday or on Monday, there will be people on Wednesday. If there's nobody else there on Monday, we can just like sit there and look at the purple screen together. But I missed Saturday. I had stuff to do. I had stuff to do. I know it's weird, but like, but I have obligations in real life, which I agree is cringe. But also like, I have to keep the water running so that I can still shower. Did I see the post in Discord? A gacha feature? No. No? There's gacha? I like gachas. I feel like Voop chat is just always a gacha. Like, and which VTuber do you talk to now? They need to start assigning people like random rarities. Today, look, you matched with the SSR plus Foofy on Voop chat. I've not seen anything about gacha being added to Voop chat. They added redeemable debuffs. Oh no, please. Please, I am already a debuff to myself just by existing. I don't know if I can take external debuffs as well. Oh. You're right. You're right. They did add something. Not a real gacha unless you can pay for extra rolls. But look, they added clams. Uncover rare treasures with clams. Mysterious items. unleash special abilities. My first clam. Chat, it's my first clam. Mischievous. Photosensitive seizure warning. Yes. Yes, please give me photosensitive seizures. Something called Voop Bits. Interesting. Oh, they've got animations and everything. Is this? Am I poke it with an ice pick? It opened like a can. Chat, I don't think it worked. Chat, it broke. I just broke the clam. It didn't work. Oh. Give me a... Okay, okay. We can go through it again. Yes, go. Go. Oh, bag. I got a bag. Hover over charms to see their effects. Hurl a ball of slime at someone. Oh, we get fucking handcuffs. Warden's judgment. Send someone straight to jail for their heinous offense. Flashbang. Throw a flash of light and sound, leaving someone disoriented as I flee. Effect chat skip. Wait, no, open up again. Effect, oh, so just 5 minutes of being in jail? Okay, this is kind of neat. Cursed beans. Beans. Gives them a delicious snack with stinky side effects. I have angered RNGesus, apparently. Keep your eyes peeled for more shiny clams, rare new loot, and collectibles. Collectibles, chat. We gotta complete the collectibles. Alright, there's nobody online right now, but interesting. New Voop chat stuff. We'll have to definitely have to look at that next time we're on. Apparently we get to throw stuff at people now. I don't know. I think that's cool, but high potential there, especially for guest streamers. You know, the guest VTubers are going to get all kinds of stuff thrown at them for sure. It is inevitable. All right, what time is it? By what time is it? I mean, how long have I been streaming? 3.5 hours? Where did my... Oh, there it is. It's not where it's supposed to be. I need to put it back. Excuse me. I'm not OCD at all. I'm not crazy. I grabbed that and it was just sitting in my lap. And it bothered me that it wasn't over there. But I do think, unfortunately, I'm getting a little hungry. So, we might have to end stream here pretty soon. Oh, we're almost to the follower goal. Where are we? How much do we have to go? 22. 22 left. Wait. 9? 9 left? Refresh. 12. 12 left. The follower goal is not accurate. 12. There's 12 followers left for 500 followers. Huge. 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 And then we do tactical ASMR stream. I deeply apologize to those who don't like ASMR. But not enough to not do it. So 12 more followers until tactical ASMR. An entire stream dedicated to ASMR gun noises. So if you like that, or if you don't and want to see people suffer, including myself, smash that follow button. But, who? Because I do actually have to go eat. Gross, right? I do have to go eat. So, we will be raiding out. The question is, who do we raid? This is the most difficult part of every stream. Who do we raid? Suggestions are welcome. I'm following so many people. I should like clean out the people I'm following, but I feel bad. I feel bad unfollowing people. Like, even if someone hasn't streamed in months, I feel bad unfollowing them. They might be back. Shade of Hades. I recognize that name, but I don't know why. Helps if I spell it correctly. Oh, they're currently collabing with Matilda. Deer's boyfriend? Okay. They're currently playing Remnant 2. I don't think I know this game. Alright, let's raid A Shade of Hades. Currently playing Remnant 2, which looks like a cool game. He's got a sword that's made out of scrap metal or something. Souls-like with guns. Nice. Oh, I need to finish Elden Ring. I'll do that sometime. I should make a schedule so that I know when to do things. Otherwise, I'll just yap for almost 4 hours. Need to finish Red Dead 2. How many games have I actually finished on stream? It's not a lot. I finished Code Vein forever ago. None. I finished one game at least, Code Vein. That was like 2 years ago or something. The yapping is a problem. I mean, for the people who want me to ever finish a game, yes. Before your time. That was very long ago. That was before I did anything with guns on stream, actually. That was back when... Back in the olden days. Back when I was a thirst trap streamer. We don't talk about that. we don't talk about that guy. But we are going to be raiding Shade of Hades. We do have raid messages for those both with and without subscriptions. So, until tomorrow, tomorrow stream, I will see you all next time. Good night to those who are going to bed here. It is late after all. Have a good rest of evening, you as well. And I will see you all next time. So goodbye, Velociraptor, Majestic Potato, Not the BAFTA, Techno, Spartan, Atomic, anyone else who is hanging around, lurking. I appreciate you all very much. Thank you for all the follows today. Huge. Thank you again, Foofy, for the raid. I very much appreciate it. Big thank you. So I will see you all next time. So, until then,